live. Let's make sure those are good. Okay.
But yeah, I'm just saying Rasputin was right about the oligarchs. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck.
So you too can own Rasputin's genitals, pickled genitals, for $15,000.
$15,000 Russian.
Will they go good on a sandwich?
No.
That I don't
I'm
want
not. I'm
'em.
not going to facilitate that thought. Just no.
I don't want 'em.
No.
That I don't want 'em.
I'm not going to facilitate.
I don't know what to say about this, guys.
Just don't. It's better
That-
if you don't.
Okay, that's fair.
Which part? The testicles or the bourgeoisie?
Yes.
Oh, it wasn't his testicles. It was his. Never mind.
Yes to both.
Well, thanks for coming, everyone. I guess I'll hit the dusty trail.
Why is it dusty?
Why are you not taking the road like everyone else?
Reasons?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to D&D.
It's D&D.
So I'm doing my postings, places. Alright, so those are those. Alright, oh, one more place. Alright, well, I guess while I'm doing the postings, hello everyone, and welcome to our night of D&D. We are back at it with Luke's campaign with Odd Company. I guess we'll go around the horn here and introduce ourselves. First up, let's go with Zed.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Zedimus. All you'll find there right now is clips, because reasons. Elden Ring has taken my life.
Okay.
I think I have Stockholm Syndrome. Anyway, that's it from me. Back to being tarnished.
And coming out of the corner and into the light, Mike.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. This time, we're gathering all the pieces of the Elden Ring, putting it back together so we can become the Elden Lord. And that's my life.
And
There you go.
Thank you very much. And our DM for the night, Luke.
Guys, Peter Pan is a eldritch abomination from a Lovecraftian horror story. Changed my mind.
I don't.
It's a tinker.
If I could scratch my brain, I would, but I can't. So I'm gonna move on. And with all that being said, I am Wolfsbane 1025. Slowly dipping my feet back into streaming again. I streamed Superland earlier this week, and hopefully gonna go back at it again tomorrow. We'll see how the weather is because my internet has been very wonky. But you can catch me Wolfsbane 1025 at Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. If you miss any of our sessions, our previous sessions for either this one or any of our other games that we play, you can find those up over on YouTube. Yeah, and that's kind of me.
And you can catch me outside. How about that?
I will fight you.
And
You
you
will
can
die.
catch these good hands.
Over at twitch.tv/ No, I'm kidding.
Oh right, and that does also bring up. We got our reactive avatars finally working, so there is something new on stream.
Yay.
Unable to sync. Wait,
Unable to
What?
sync. Did you
Wait,
go into the
Because
kitchen?
it's a fountain.
no, it's unable to sync my Elden Ring? What? Give me a second.
Why are you trying to sync Elden Ring? It's
I'm not.
D&D.
I'm on. I'm on roll 20, and Steam just filled my entire screen with we can't sync up any of your files. I'm like, what? Elden Ring isn't even open.
Huh.
It's like I
Ask
told
me
you to
one
go
person that
open
asked
it.
Steam.
All right. Well, we all good to go? Do we need to go over anything?
I don't know. Do we? Last call. Is anyone confused?
Always.
Always.
I know I am. Okay. Well,
Sorry,
without
I'm good.
any further ado, does someone want to remind us where we left off last session?
It's been so long, dude.
Yeah, it's been.
So let's see. We left Thor's Fjord with our away party using the Tremaktabula, diving through the caves for God knows how long anymore. Because I think the last time you said like the one tunnel took us like 9 days to get through or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of ballparking because I don't remember the exact time, but it something like that. Um, Basilica screamed into an orc's brain, almost causing us to fight Fedox and Kenkus in the darkness. Um, we avoided the fight. They helped us find like the I don't know exactly what to call it except for like the fork in the road kind of situation for the tunnels. And they kind of point us in the general direction where we need to go to. We travel through those. We come across a not necessarily abandoned, but it's like a village, like a underground village that's kind of like hiding away or hiding from everyone, full of
Yeah.
oh god, weren't they like goblins?
Yes, you did see goblinoids. You
And there was
also
like
saw.
a halfling, wasn't there?
I believe there was a halfling. And there were also some deep gnomes as well. Some
Deep gnomes. That's
Smurf Niblin.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
I don't actually remember if there were halflings or not. But yeah, a lot of small dark dwelling folk. Yeah.
Yes.
Underfolk.
Yeah.
So from there we didn't fight the goblins, despite Tyrion's wanting to massacre them. And we walked away with one of the deep gnomes. I have them in notes somewhere. I'm trying to find my notes from last sessions.
Oh, can you remember the gnome's name? This is like a DM's revenge right here, by the way.
Come on.
It's like I
Oh,
gave you the
wasn't
name.
it-
Do you remember it?
Wasn't it Muck?
Mucklin.
Muckman?
That was his name, Muckland, the deep gnome.
I remembered.
It was a
Well,
matter of actually pulling up the notes. I had it. I just didn't have it open while doing that.
So
And we as a group, kind of decided that we were gonna have Mucklin be like the assistant to oh crap what's his name, the other mind flayer on the ship,
Oh God, there's only two of them.
Glil.
Glil, thank you.
There you go.
And that's, I think that's where we left off. I hope that's where we left
Yeah.
off, otherwise I missed a lot.
Yeah, no, you guys basically you were ambushed in the town by some goblinoids, or you know possibly ambushed, and you guys managed to defuse the situation. You scared them off, and yeah, you were now taken on a new friend in Muckland. And to be entirely honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what you guys' plan is from here. It sounded like you guys were leading him into the Tremoctobula last I checked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys just kind of walking in through the door there. Sort of enter the extra dimensional space of this. It's just, for the audience at home again, it's just a normal wooden door, suspended by magic means. And as you kind of open it up and usher him in, you see the overgrown, lush, almost forest-like garden of the Tremoctobula.
Oh, sorry. What,
Its
Luke?
subdimensional grounds.
One thing. For anyone who's listening right now, there is a little bit of audio issue. Luke's just coming in a little crackly. It's something that we just can't really fix right now.
Oh,
So
is it real bad still?
yeah.
Don't. Here, hold on. I'm sorry. This might. 1 second. Sorry for anyone wearing headphones.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm wearing headphones. Ah!
Okay, how is that? Is that any better? Is it
No,
worse?
it's about the same.
Okay, I think that's just the internet. I don't think that's anything like hardware-wise.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it's just something that we're gonna have to put up with for tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here at the Try Hard Gaming sessions, we consider these to be a work in progress. We are striving to bring you better quality entertainment every time.
But keep in mind, we are not professionals in any means.
F it, I'm professional. So yeah, as you guys lead Muckland onto the grounds of the Tremoctobula in this kind of subdimension space, he just kind of looks up and just like, whoa. He doesn't really say anything. He just kind of pulls his arms into himself, kind of about him as he looked up at all the oddity. Safe to assume that a deep gnome hasn't seen much plant life in the first place, let alone all the oddities of this alien garden. And then over towards the center of the grounds, sort of towards the back of the dimensional space, you see standing there something like a fortress, the alien nautiloid, the ship of a mind flayer. But he just kind of, following your guys' lead, he just kind of gingerly takes a few steps forward, but doesn't really seem to be too eager to adventure around this space.
Tyrion, I think, was the last one to walk through the door, so he'll come up behind him and just kind of nudge him forward a little bit. All right, let's go inside.
Okay. And Tyrion, as you kind of as you go ahead and close the door behind the lot of you, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Sorry, just Tyrion?
Yeah, just Tyrion, if he's going to be bringing up the back.
Perception. Oh. Soft 20.
The soft 20. Yeah, as you guys as you kind of look back out into the darkness, you see reflecting from the firelight of your guys' cooking fire from the previous evening, or the previous session, I should say. You see a bunch of eyes again, just kind of out on the ridges. So again, this town, if I can sort of, this underdark town is sort of set up like it's almost like wooden shacks on the various steps and cliffs of this this cave. Wouldn't be too out of the question to say it's almost like a it's actually not too terribly different from your own village, Tyrion. It's just much more sprawling and in the bottom of the cave. But
Okay.
they just kind of set their houses up on different levels and stuff.
Okay.
And they just pack as many in as possible. But as you kind of look up at the rooftops and things and around corners and stuff, you see many eyes kind of about the town, sort of staring back at you and your strange party. And probably at the smells of good food still lingering about your campfire. But as they see you look back, some of them kind of tuck away.
Yeah, Tyrion just gonna keep on walking through. He's a little frustrated at the moment, but yeah, just walking right through.
Mhm.
Someone stopped him from roasting a goblin alive. He's got feels about this.
And it's been so long, if ever, since you've had roast goblin.
I was gonna say.
Mm.
I was gonna say you can talk to my shield because bitching about it is like talking to a brick wall with Dirk. It's gonna give you about the same.
He wasn't
same
gonna bitch
reaction.
about it. He just wasn't gonna. He was just gonna, do his thing and be pissed. All right, yeah, Tyrion just
Tyrion! Stop trying to needlessly take lives!
Anyway,
I will fight you.
Bring it!
no.
Roll me initiative, bitch.
Tyrion, he's a racist. Kill him.
Wait,
Cracks
what?
all my knuckles. All right, let's go.
With the power of racism! Nyeh.
I would like to mage hand backhand him.
I accept this. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Hang on. I need to do this right.
Okay.
But Tyrion just not giving any mind to the prying eyes. Just continues to push through and goes inside the door.
Yeah. As you make your way into the Nautiloid, you guys walk the door and oh my god, why am I? I hate the internet, guys.
Mm.
Like I will always hate the internet, I think.
So you see what had happened was Tyrion wanted to go blasting, and then Dirk told him no.
I put corks in your guns,
uh,
and they backfired as you shot them. So your face is just covered in soot, and it's just soot, and your eyes are just blinking.
He's got that feeling of like campfire ash, just like all over his face, like
But yeah, as you guys make your way inside the Nautiloid, you see the floating brain of Silica's Uncle Ampho, and just seems to be sort of like leisurely just like reading a book in his tank with his tentacles. His brain not having eyeballs to actually read a book. He just kind of has it there. It's just, and they just sort of looks up at you guys almost with his cranium and just says, "Oh, you're all back," and tosses his book. And it seems you've made a new friend.
Tyrion's finding a mat and sits down to meditate.
Oh, You just plugging right in.
Yep.
No, I'm not plugging in. I'm just sitting down and meditating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dirk just says to Ampho, "This is Muckland. He will be joining us."
Um, hello, Mr. Giant Brain. Um, there, there's a brain in that jar.
What? Where?
Dirk just looks back at Asilica, then looks
He's
to
just,
Muckland.
he's just gonna look at the brain and scream and run out of the room. And then he'll walk back in. Yep, that's my uncle.
Oh,
I will look down at Muckland and I'll just say, "You're going to see many oddities."
right. Well, um, pleasure to meet you, Uncle Brain. The name's Ampho, and charmed, I'm sure. Right. Well, Asilica, what is our next move here? Have you made any recent discoveries about the cave?
Well, there's lichen, and then there's lichen, and I think both are causing issues.
Anything related to our purple worm? Like it.
Uh, we did. They told us which direction that the purple worm went, right?
Yeah, Muckland more or less agreed to show you which way the worm came from. He claims that it kind of sort of came from a northerly direction, sort of following the ravine.
Yeah. So he'll just reiterate everything that's been told. Just like, yep, we're going that way. Points in the direction. I assume Muckland probably won't be able to. You probably don't want him in the pilot chair. Or maybe we do. I don't know.
I mean, that's your call, and it's not my ship.
I mean, he's got to show us where to go somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a way to plug someone into it and give them like limited access to certain things? Luke?
I mean, probably with some kind of Arcana check, or if you talk to the computer.
Fair.
Well, I mean, if he's going to be showing us where to go, then I guess we should put him in the pilot seat with Asilica, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Supervisor. You need a supervisor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just guide him to the seat. It's like, so you sit here, and as there is no seat. As I take him there, he's just like, what seat? And then his chair pops up.
Yeah, you actually see as he sort of approaches the helms, the floor kind of opens up, and you see, not like some of the other seats, you see a little wooden stool, just out of very dark, worn-out wood, sort of pop up out of the ground, and like. For the lot of you, it's not even like a proper like step stool. Like it probably doesn't even like go halfway up your shin. And you see Muckland sort of like kind of walk over to like, oh, what a lovely little seat. And he just sort of looks at the craftsmanship of it. He's just like inspecting it. He's like, oh, it's a really sturdy little stool. Hey, thank you. And he just kind of sits down on it. So what do I do now?
Well, You connect to the computer.
So do I just sort of, and you see him just kind of go stiff for a second, and then he just kind of goes and like falls into something of like an asleep trance state. But he doesn't fall out of the stool. He just kind of remains sitting up in the stool.
Tyrion's gonna
He-
stand up and poke him in the face. So is that what we look like when that happens?
Yep.
Okay. Poke, poke, poke.
He generally looks like someone's sleeping on a bus almost. Like he looks like he could snap up at any second. He's not like truly asleep, but he's also clearly not conscious.
Okay.
All right, everyone, places. Let's get going.
Tyrion's gonna assist Balasar back to his spot and get hooked up himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dirk will take his spot.
You'll take your respective helms at the Nautiloid and plug into the Matrix. And just for the sake of it, are we assigning the same positions as last time?
Yeah, but Liv will probably be either on weapons or a battery, I would imagine. Whichever she would want to go to.
I'd recommend putting Liv on a gun and moving
On a processor.
Yeah, and then moving Salim back over to a battery.
Yeah, get him the hell out of here.
Put him to real use.
I think he already was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
you
it
told
was-
him to be a
Right, it was me and Crew. It was me and God damn it, I had my fucking.
Kark.
Thank you.
You forgot
Forgot
your own
your own
brother's
brother.
name.
I was gonna say Krug because Krug is the one from my campaign. Yes.
That's more understandable.
Yeah.
Got your streams crossed.
A little bit. So yes,
Okay.
me and Kirk were on battery. So, shit. Throw all three of the Vikings on a gun
There you go.
or processor.
Lock and loaded. Exactly.
Okay.
And then Basilica will get in the pilot position.
And then where did you say you wanted to go there, Dirk?
Battery.
What?
All right.
I'm a battery.
This ship runs on faith.
It runs on
You have
Jesus.
no idea.
Faith and science.
A perfect blend of science and religion. Yeah.
Dear God. Tyrion's gonna unplug really quick and backhand Dirk, and then plug back in.
You're gonna hurt your hand doing that. Just ping. Heh.
And what do I roll for that one? Hang on.
Okay. So Dirk, Balasar, Liv, Salim on batteries, Tyrion, Kark as processors, and then Basilica and Munkland as pilots. Is there anyone I'm forgetting? I don't think so.
Oh, Balasar was a battery.
Yeah, I put Balasar as a battery.
Okay. I misheard that. I mean, can we drag Glil up and throw him onto something?
No one's checked on him. He's been in the infirmary.
That's fair. Oh,
Best to leave the science squid doing science squid stuff.
but this is science-y.
Last time anyone interacted with him, Basilica, I think, put him in essentially a back to tank. And no one's heard of him since.
Mm. We'll get to him later though. We have
Fair enough.
we have cave dwellers to murder.
All right.
I mean,
So yeah,
what? Go for it.
so I need to roll something for Muckland here. Give you these kind of earth-colored dice.
Intelligence check to make sure his brain doesn't explode. Oh wait, no, wisdom check. I mean,
Ooh.
sorry, Mucklin. It's been fun knowing you for the half hour it's been, but it looks like your brain's gonna
Immediately
blow
comes
up.
on our ship and dies.
He sees the inside of the Schmoxubula and instant brain hemorrhage.
So, just for you guys who don't, I don't know if I've ever described this very well. So as you kind of fall into this like trance-like state, you kind of are overcome with the very cold feeling that sort of runs down your spine and then sits into like kind of like the base of your stomach. So as you feel this thing like sort of connecting to your brain and sort of like connecting to your psionic energies, you get this very cold, nauseous feeling in the pit of your stomach. And then right as it sort of clicks, like, turning on a computer or something like that, that feeling immediately shoots back up to the top of your brain. And if you're not ready for it, like Mucklin certainly wasn't, it can be very painful, that feeling that as it shoots back up. It's a very odd sort of nauseous migraine feeling. And as a lot of you sort of are used to this by now, you just sort of settle into your positions. So, Dirk, you just sort of kind of fall into like a trance-like subroutine, being a battery. Tyrion, you sort of feel yourself sort of, your senses kind of open up a little bit more as a processor, as you sort of have more control over the functions of the ship, but really you're just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen or for orders. So it's almost like the feeling of getting really, really huge and then just sitting down for a long time.
have the chair.
Yep.
I
And then
have geezers.
But in the pilot seat, it's a little bit different. You are immediately flooded with all kinds of data, all kinds of functions and stuff happening all around you and things like that, and different sort of programs running on in the background in the cyberspace where you're sort of floating around. It looks very much like a sort of round table on top of this floating disc. So not round table, but I mean the hollow table that you guys have in the middle of the Tremoctobula is there as sort of a representation. And then it's sitting on this disc to represent the floor, and then that is just floating in an ocean of sort of swirling blue and green matrix-like text. You see the tall holographic form of Ampho, who is just sort of controlling it all by, just waving his hand. He summons up different runes from the pile to essentially control things. And he sort of looks over at you and he says, "Ah, welcome. Oh, I see your small friend there is having some trouble." And Asilica, as you look over to Mucklin, you see him sort of doing slow somersaults in the air, or rather his holographic form sort of just floating in the air, spinning as he grips his skull. Just, what is happening?
Yeah. This part might be unpleasant. Can I kind of like grab him and bring him down somewhere? Or is this like not physical?
It's not physical, but you can certainly attempt to do, just kind of like reach out to him and try and like soothe him. Again, it's like the Matrix, so it's still his consciousness, or a representation of it.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Why does it hurt so bad? I was just sitting down Felt like a nap, and then I was all sick.
It connects to your brain. It can be a little unpleasant at first.
My brain? What have you done to me? Am I going to be a brain in a jar too?
No, that's not how that works. I assure you. You'll be fine.
Oh, all right. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll something for him here. I'm gonna say with advantage since you're trying to help bring him down, kind of walk him through it, and get him a side glass of water. It's like, all right. How am I? How am I to help you from in here?
Well, in this ship has three jobs when we're connected to this this thing here. I don't want to overcomplicate it. One job is to power it. That's what they're doing, and he'll point to ones that are powering it. There's the ones that shoot the weapons, and he points over at them. And that's what you saw when we were outside in the camp still, when that house got blown up. That was a bit overboard, but we needed to have a show of force, I guess.
House went.
And then us were the pilots. We tell the ship where to go, as it were.
Luke, quick question.
Like sailors? Sorry.
How many charges am I sitting on? 3? If my math is correct.
Right now you would have 4.
4. Okay.
Right, because you just moved Liv over from a pilot to a battery, correct?
Oh, I thought we put on processor, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's your call. I just misheard.
No, we could. If anything, I will move cargo over to a battery then.
Okay.
Liv is more of a.
She's
got a
the better marksman.
Yeah, significantly better. Yes.
Got it.
As far
Still
as I
4.
know, significantly better. Okay, so 4 charges. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty much like a sailor. Yep. We like we're on a ship, but like
Don't you ever
a
forget.
space ship, kind of.
An extra spaceship, Ampho says, lifting up a finger.
He snaps and points at him. It'll be pretty weird to get used to, but it'll get us around pretty quick. That's for damn sure.
Well, all right then. Well, I suppose I could give you some directions around the town if I could see anything.
Can we activate the map so that we're like how we go into our total vision to see everything around us?
Yeah, you can definitely tell Tyrion or Liv to do that.
Tyrion, do the map thing.
All right.
You know,
Give us eyes, Dragon Boy.
hitting the unmute button would help out. What do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah. So you are, as an auxiliary processor, you're being commanded to be a sensor.
Okay, so sensor. All right, sensor is 1 charge. All right, so that gives us.
That's just kind of consumed passively. Yeah.
Yeah, so that gives us 60 feet of dark vision.
60 feet of dark vision, and you
superior
also have
dark
all your
vision.
and that's actually yes. Okay.
Superior dark vision and hearing for 60 feet in any direction. Times number of pilots and sensor processor. So what's that? 120 feet? Because it's times the number of pilots and sensor processors combined.
It would be 60 times 4.
Oh, hang on.
So it's 240.
240.
Mhm.
Jesus. That's a lot of distance.
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
And that'll go down by, and that's only also if Liv is also being used as a sensor. So if one of you switches to weapons, that'll drop by 60 feet as well.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So you can see here's a little bit of task management. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while we do that, while that's active, I want to use 2 charges to also use detect magic.
Okay. So you're passively using 3.
Yes.
So your detect magic goes off, and yeah, sure enough, within the 240. Oh, so I guess while we're here, go ahead and roll a perception check as well, just to actually see things.
19
Nice.
with a nat 20 on the back end.
Yeah. So with your 200 feet of dark vision and magical detection, you sort of the cave, which, you know, with your own dark vision was kind of limited to like this 60-foot bubble of vision. You notice now that this town is a lot bigger than you thought it was.
Burn it down. Burn it all down.
And
sorry.
I mean,
looking
no,
from
wait. Sorry. Continue.
yeah, so looking from the view of the Tremoctobula, it's kind of a little jarring, because you see everything kind of like a 360 lens while you're a processor. So you see in every direction, and you sort of have to like kind of as a pilot, you can kind of focus that sight like a camera. But you, Tyrion, you look around and you see all of the goblinoids and the deep gnomes and stuff like that. You see a few other races here and there, but there's literally dozens of them just sort of lurking about and ducking into these shacks. The side that you're on, if you think about this, you're in this kind of the bottom of this ravine, and then there's like a cliff that goes up, and that cliff will sort of have a line of houses on it, and that'll act as like a main road, right? And on the side that you're on, there's at least like 7 more of these little like layers. Like there's like it goes up more and more cliffs that you can see. So like it's a rather sprawling little undertown. And then as you look to the bottom of the ravine, because you guys only went up one street, you see a trail of that same sort of transmutation magic, that same trail that you guys followed in pursuit of the purple worm, sort of sliding along the bottom of the town, is the ravine. And as you sort of look around the cave, you see spots of where it might have broken off the trail and just kind of crawled all along this town. And wherever it went in this town, you see just it left smashed in buildings and things like that all over. So this town, now a little more illuminated, looks like it's in various states of disarray. Not that it was built very well anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, as Mucklin sort of points the way, he says, "Well, yeah, the thing that attacks us, it usually comes from the north there, just kind of up the ravine, as you can see. It's been coming for, it's hard to tell time nowadays, but especially down here. But I would say probably the last few months, it'll come and it'll wreck some corner of the town and slaughter a few of us, and then it'll just make its way. It just crawls back and forth every once in a while. We try to run whenever we see it.
And which did it go back the way it came in, or did it go a different direction?
Oh, I'd say about less than a fortnight ago, it came through the town, probably back the way you guys came from the south, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went heading that way with a whole band of some kind of monsters. Um, I try to stay clear of it again. But then, just as soon as as soon as it left, it turned right back around and came through again, it seemed, with less monsters.
But if it went back the way it came, then how come we didn't see it on our way in?
I sorry to say, I don't know.
This is strange. So the trail just leads back out where we came from?
No, no, no. Sorry. So he's saying that a few days ago it came from the north where it normally comes from,
Mm-hmm.
and it went heading down that way, um, presumably towards Kattegat. Um, and then and then he's saying that as soon as it went through, it just immediately turned around and came back. Like probably within that same day or something. And
And
then
how
you
long
guys
ago
showed
was?
up.
Well, Jesus, that leaves no time for it to have gotten to Kattegat and back.
Well, he's saying this happened like a fortnight ago. So you remember you guys have been down here for like 9 days.
Yeah.
And he um yeah.
Did we see the purple worm at Kattegat when we were fighting?
No, you only heard of it from word of mouth. It supposedly turned around before you guys had even seen it or gotten into the fight.
We didn't get to the fight until after the people that was with it were already fighting. So if the purple worm did go up, it would have been right before we even heard it causing havoc.
Okay, so do we see any signs of where it has gone now with the perception?
Yeah, Muckland is
Yeah.
telling you that it went back to the north.
It went back to Kattegat.
Other direction.
No,
Kattegat is where we came.
you guys are Kattegat is to the south.
Okay, so we're going north then.
Yes.
All right. Well, do we need to do anything else before? He's just like, do we need to do anything else before we leave? Realizing that no one can talk back to him. Oh well, fuck. I
don't
guess
know,
we're
do
just
we?
gonna go.
I'm gonna drop the detect magic, and then as we're leaving, chromatic orb everywhere.
I'm gonna go ahead and give us a barrier.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh wait, right. I need to roll, don't I? I believe that's an Arcana. Oop.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up right now. Magitek Shield. As an action, you can spend one of your own spell slots to cast the False Life spell. You cast this twice per spell slot. The Tremoctabula always accumulates the temp HP. Does not lose it until is hit or all game matters left down. Okay, excellent. So, yeah, go ahead and roll. What is false life? Unless you have that spell.
This
I
life
do
is
not.
false.
Okay.
It's not real.
Yeah, Brent, I'm gonna need to turn you up a little bit. Give me a second.
Huh?
I need to turn you up a little bit.
Huh.
Okay.
This sentence is false.
What do I roll?
Yes. So roll me 2d4 plus 8.
Oh. That's a 12.
Excellent. So the Traumatic gains 12 temp HP.
Lame. I mean, well, actually, better than. I was
mean-
hopeful for higher, but it's still not bad.
I mean, we can only cap it at 16 with that. So, I mean, you got more than half.
Fair
The
enough.
Traumatic accumulates temp HP.
Ah. Okay.
We don't know how much
Um,
HP the Tamoxibula even has, do we?
Real question is, what's its AC if it's so freaking tiny? In comparison, everything
Just
around
an infinity sign.
That's a good question. Ththese are all excellent questions.
Good question.
All right,
If-
Tyrion's gonna step outside and take back. No,
it. Just Ampho, what is the Traumatic AC?
I'm sorry, I don't speak in folklore.
Damn it. If anyone did, it would be Mind Flayers and Elder Brains. Come on.
Probably.
Oh, how we wish Machiavelli was here.
meh.
Okay.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
All
Who's
right.
got the compact? I'll tell him right now.
All right. So, yeah. So you guys are heading north along the ravine.
Yup.
So as you guys make your way sort of past the town again, just this floating door making its way downtown, walking fast. But you guys eventually the cavern starts to narrow out. So it starts to start to close in on not just the sides but on the top as well. And as you guys make your way towards the end of town, you eventually see what appears to be a sort of nailed 2x4 wooden sign that sort of ramshackly put up and painted. And does either Tyrion or Pacifica speak Undercommon?
Yeah. Silica does.
As you look at this this sign, you see sort of painted in it, now leaving town, beware the Wilder Caves.
Gentlemen, I don't wish to alarm you, but I believe this is where the wild things are.
How are you speaking?
Speaks in battery.
Plus negative, plus negative.
Right. Well, can't say they didn't warn us, I guess.
You see Mucklink look up at you. It's like, yeah, this is sort of the more dangerous part of town. The Wilder caves are known to contain all sorts of nasty critters and such in here, especially towards the end.
Like in gang fights all over the town.
Is that where the lichen and the lichen are?
Well, they definitely have tunnels that lead right into this cave. It's a pretty good hunting ground as there's lots of big animals around here. But no, at the back of the cave is well, it's a natural formation that's kind of known as locally as the Basilisk Maze.
I don't like the sound of that.
You see Ampho sort of perk up and kind of raise an eyebrow. Nor do I. I have no intentions of going anywhere near any basilisks, I'm afraid.
Do they scare you?
Well, tremendously. I have no intention of being turned to stone, my boy.
Well, yeah, that would suck, but would they turn the whole ship to stone just by looking at it?
No, just the people using the ship to look at as if they were a pair of arcane eyes. Suffice it to say that it's a little bit of a quirk in the machinery. If we're looking at a basilisk through the Tremoctabula, it can still petrify the body of the person on the other end.
Well, that's a serious problem.
Yes, well, unfortunately, the majority of this thing is held together with gnomish technology. Oh, and you just see Mucklin sort of nod his head knowingly.
What?
It's kind of a quirk amongst my people. Gnomes can make anything work. It just leads to other problems.
Ah, I see.
Yes. And a lot of this ship is other pieces of technology and arcana held together with gnomish solutions.
Well, Mucklin, do you think you can find a way for the petrification to not happen?
I mean, it sounds like if we're using the ship to look through, the simple way is to not be using the ship to look.
I guess that's fair.
But then I guess we'd be kind of sailing blind, wouldn't we?
That is the problem.
Gnomish solutions. Just Ampho just shakes his head.
Hmm.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm not really much of a tinkerer. I kind of been a slave most of my life.
Hmm. Have you ever wanted to be a tinkerer?
Well, I never really thought about it. He just kind of puts a finger on his chin, like, huh.
Hey Luke, I know that we can't speak like back and forth, but can we hear this conversation going on our end?
It's technically up to a silica.
I mean, channel's usually open. Like, he always leaves it open.
Okay.
Doesn't mean he doesn't like use it constantly, but like it's open so that if you guys want to get a hold of him, that's how that is.
Okay.
You know, sorry to interrupt with this, but when you said gnomish technology or gnomes are, they can make anything work, but there's always problems. You just reminded me of freaking Dr. Finbar Calamitous from Jimmy Neutron, the scientist who couldn't finish anything. Just because he was super smart, but he could never make anything work the way he wanted, just because he never finished it.
Yeah, so above game, that's actually the part of like in D&D lore, gnomes have like the magical ability to make machines work, like any kind of machine work. But if they use their their magical heritage to do so, something else will become a problem. So like if they were working on a car, they could, they could fix a problem with like a timing belt or something like that, but then the engine would start overheating, and then they could use their magic to fix the overheating problem, but then something would probably end up being a problem with the axle or something. Like anytime they use their magic to fix something, something else breaks.
Oh.
Sucks.
Yeah. And so like the solution for gnomes is just to get it working just enough.
Yeah.
It's working at minimum capacity. Perfect.
And that's
Good enough.
something that Dirk would be intimately familiar with.
I'm just Dirk is hearing all this. He can't respond, but in his brain, he's just thinking, "Wow, thank God I got a competent one."
So that actually brings up a mechanics question then. If so we can't talk back and forth to each other through the ship, but if the frequency is open through a silica, can we talk via that way?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't want to poke a hole in that idea because I like it. It's just that this is a mind flayer ship. It's probably designed to work this way.
That's fair. I just figured I'd ask for mechanics.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I know it's weird and wonky in homebrew.
Hey, it's fine. I mean, what isn't?
But yeah, as you guys are progressing through this cave. Tyrion, go ahead and make me another perception. Basilica, you can as well since you're using his eyes. I'm sorry to leave you out of this, Dirk. You kind of choose a boring reactive seat.
10.
8.
Yeah, as you guys are as you guys are progressing through the cave, you feel suddenly the Tremoctobula just stop. And it just seems to, it doesn't shake you or anything like that. It just kind of comes to a very sudden, gradual stop. Just and you are Silica, as you're looking out, you notice that Anfo is just sort of pulling up runes all of a sudden, and you see something that looks like a mind flayer equivalent of an exclamation mark sort of blasting in front of his face. It's like, what the devil? Seems we've obstructed somehow. Not entirely sure how.
It's what?
We seem to have the nautiloid seems to be obstructed. We can't move any further.
Just invisible barrier of some kind?
I'm not sure. We're not detecting any kind of magic, I don't think.
We're not a high enough level to go this way.
Dragon Man, what do your eyes see? And he sort of forces you to use your detect magic. And sure enough, as the sort of cave just lights up, there's nothing magical other than the floating trail of transmuted rocks, that you've been following. So yeah, I can't make heads or tails of it. We just seem to be stuck in the cave.
What? How's this? He's gonna disconnect.
Do you eject anyone else with you?
Do we all feel
I'm gonna take Tyrion and Dirk with me.
Never mind.
Oh, you're gonna snap Dirk out of it?
Smack!
Yeah, you
Get
guys
out
can,
here.
You guys can jump. You guys can jump out too. Yes. You wouldn't know when a Celica gets out.
Meh.
I'll disconnect Battlestar as well.
Dirk looks around, just stands up, grabs his shield and his flail, and just walks out the door, or walks towards the door.
Ampho, have everyone else on standby.
Of course. Stay safe, Celica.
Of course. And he'll gesture for the guys to follow him to the door.
Oh, Tyrion and Battlestar will follow.
Okay. So who's going out the door?
I think we all are. I think
Basilica,
Basilica's...
Tyrion, and Dirk. Yep.
Yeah, I think Basilica is
Okay.
leading the charge for this one.
It would benefit
Okay.
me much. Dirk's just got his shield in front of him.
Okay, so Celica, you go out the door.
Yep.
Okay. You go to open the door, and the door of the Trematobula opens inward. So you go to pull the door open, and it is stuck.
It's stuck.
Yeah, you just gotta.
Just like you guys see him straining to pull the door open.
Here,
Can I-
let me give you a hand with that.
Can I also lend assistance?
Yeah, anyone who wants
Hang
to
on.
try and force. The...
So the bubble that we're in, we could see through it. Is there anything that we could see like around the door, like silhouetting in front of where the door is at?
Perception with disadvantage, as the bubble itself it kind of warps the space around you, so it's hard to look through with your bare eyes.
Perception disadvantage 8.
I mean, it's a cave.
Fair enough.
13?
It's a spooky cave.
Frightening.
14.
It's not the most welcoming environment. Really.
Dang it. Why is this stuck? What?
Ampho, can you hear us out here?
Yes, of course I can.
Can you tell if there's anything holding us in place?
I'm assuming there must be something holding us in place.
So
do you want me to?
Yeah,
Sorry,
try
I'm-
moving us back.
Yeah.
Okay. You try
Actually,
to. You
diseng-
try...
disengage Liv and please put her into the pilot seat, and then have her move us back.
No, you don't need to do that. I'm sure Muckley can handle it.
I'm sure Mucklin can hit.
He's a gnome. They're smart.
He did also just get put onto the ship, so who really knows?
Okay. Yeah. You see through the bubble, sort of the warped exterior, sort of backs up a good a couple feet slowly, 5, 10
Excuse me. Sorry.
feet, and then it just like in the exact same motion but in reverse. It just sort of comes to a slow kind of stop, and then you can kind of hear the magical engine sort of straining, just, and it's not reversing. It almost feels like being stuck in a ditch. Like you can move a little forward and a little back, but you seem to be thoroughly stuck. Also, as you back up, as you're holding the door, Silica, you feel it like pull tighter close.
We need some up.
Dirk gets a natural 20 on his strength. Oh, that's a save. God damn it. I meant to do a strength check to pull it.
I'll let it slide. Dirk, you reach over with your mechanical arms, you grab the doorknob, and just like you sort of pull it open, and then for a second you have like the same exact sort of feeling as the nautiloid. Like you pull, you feel the resistance. Huh. And then you just rip the motherfucker open.
Jesus.
And sure enough, the door just kind of slams open. You almost hit a silica in the process, but he just sort of floats back.
You just see Dirk still holding onto the door, cranes his head until he sees you face to face, and just goes, "I got it."
Good job.
All right, since the door's open, do we see anything?
New perception check. No disadvantage this time.
I will
Unless
do
you
the same.
don't.
11.
Dirk, you don't have dark vision.
19.
But I have the power of Jesus and faith on my side. It helps me see through all the bullshit.
That's not
It
going to
is
help you
with
down
me
here, buddy.
always. I'm sorry. Continue.
That's a 19 for Tyrion.
That's a good roll.
I'm sorry.
He is my light in the darkness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Shit though. It's a good word. No, you fuck. So like you look out and you see a rather uninviting cave. Tyrion, you go to take a look out the door, kind of peer around a Silica's slender frame. But as you do so, you look at the door and you notice something. On the outside of the door itself, as you sort of open it up, you see that there's some kind of very, very thin filament sort of strung across it, about at ankle height. And you see that it has snapped sort of where the door would open up on one side, but is still sort of connected. Looks like a string or something. It's very hard to see actually. It's almost clear. Looks like almost like a trip line. But it seems to be like literally stuck to the door still, like as it's opened.
Okay. Would I know anything that might make something like this?
Nature check.
Why it's gotta be nature 4?
4.
It's a negative modifier.
This definitely reminds you of something. You can't quite put your finger on it.
Well,
You
Tyrion's gonna
kneel
put
down. You kneel down and you go to touch the thing on the bottom of the door, not fully realizing what it is, and you realize that it's sticky and your hand is kind of stuck to the door.
Guys, I can't move my hand. I'm gonna try and get my hand free as best I can.
Yep, make me a strength check. Or it should be a strength save. No, it is a check. Excuse me.
Check. 13.
Is exactly what you needed. You sort of pull your hand, and then it sort of pulls free. You take a little bit of the filament with you. It's now stuck to your hand a little bit.
Does the filament look like webbing or more like goo?
Now that you've fallen into it, you realize exactly what it reminds you of. It definitely reminds you almost of spider web.
Oh, fuck
Oh.
you. Sorry.
Very clear and very strong, and also thicker than any spider web you've really seen.
Sorry, that wasn't Dirk talking. That was me.
Tyrion, what is it?
Sorry, one second. I'm writing down a note. It's webbing.
Webbing.
Is there a way to discern if it's like the webbing from a spider or if it's the webbing from a drider?
That would be that nature check.
Okay, fair enough.
And unfortunately, yeah.
Actually, question: is it still stuck to his hand right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Can Dirk roll a nature? Since
Yeah,
he
if you
since he
like.
now brought it within light, I would assume.
Yeah.
I'll roll one too, I guess.
Hey, can I get that 15?
15. And
God damn! All
Soft,
right.
soft 20.
Well done.
Soft 20. Dirk, this definitely reminds you, especially after your escapades, across the savannah. This definitely reminds you of like giant spider silk almost. Like it's very it's very sticky, and it just has all the telltale markers of being spider silk. But Asilica, as you look back at this on the bottom of the door and on Tyrion's hands, you realize that it's just a little too clear. Like it's almost invisible, like for how thick it is. Like it's probably like a quarter-inch thick. Like it's almost like a little string, but you can't almost see it.
Dirk will just say, "Spiderweb."
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I was trying my hardest not to.
And Asilica, you think to yourself, that's not spiderweb. It's close, but that is actually appears to be the webbing of a cave fisher.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Cave fishers you would know being sort of silverfish like creatures, medium-ish sized, big old scorpion pinchers, and they excel at stealth ambush in caves. They themselves are almost invisible, even if you're looking right at them. And their filaments are known to be very strong, very sticky, and very hard to see until you've already walked into them.
Tyrion, step away from the door.
Taking a step back.
I'm gonna shoot a
Okay.
firebolt at it.
At the filament?
Yeah,
Okay.
light it on fire.
Go ahead and just roll ahead with your firebolt, I suppose.
Firebolt. 14.
Asilica, what are you? I just imagine the firebolt going right past Dirk's face.
Yeah. As you hit the firebolt, as you hit the filament with the firebolt, it sort of burns off and around from the door frame, and you feel the Tremoctabula just sort of kind of come free.
Ampho, give it a try now.
All right. And as you move forward, it progresses forward without a hitch. Silica, as you're kind of still at the open door, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Perception. Something's getting in, isn't it? $16.
16. Let me.
Also, remember my passive perception is 21.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna probably need that like every time. Silica, as you sort of looking at the burnt filament, you sort of kind of appraising your handiwork. You kind of out the corner of your eye, you kind of follow it back through the cave, and as you follow the trail of the burning filament, almost like a kind of slow burning fuse, you see it leading back to this giant white scorpion looking creature now rushing towards your door. It's
How big?
It's
Considering
probably,
that we're so small, it looks like it's fucking massive.
yeah, from the outside of the bubble, it's all warped and scary looking. From where you're standing, kind of leaning out the door, it's probably a good it's not very tall. Like it's only about like 4 feet tall, but it's like 8 feet long. Like it's got like crocodile proportions.
Uh-oh.
Dirk slowly closes the door and runs.
Yeah,
Um,
back to the helm.
Before he closes the door, I'm gonna throw a ray of frost out the door at it, and then close the door.
Sure, go for it.
Ray of frost. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I just want to say, comically
There it is.
speaking, fucking Dirk is about to close the door. He hears Tyrion doing something, and as he's about to let it go, he opens the door back up all the way. Just
What is
Seven,
it with people launching spells in front of me?
17 for ray of frost.
Yes, that'll hit.
Okay, cool. It takes 1d8, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the end of my next turn, or the start of my next turn. So, d8. 3 points of damage.
Yeah. You sort of blast this thing with your ray of frost. How do you blast this thing?
Well, I haven't taken the webbing off of my other hand, so I'm literally running up, throwing like I would like an axe out of my hand at it, and spinning.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, just spinning out of the way as Dirk closes the door.
Gotcha. So you kind of blast this thing with this sort of like frosty blast, and it sort of like puts its claws up and kind of recoils a little bit like a spider do, and sort of, and then you sort of slam the door closed. It does slow down, but it's sort of feebly, like almost automatically still. It sort of kind of just rushes back at the door and just starts scraping at it. And as you sort of pull away, you hear it just kind of make this hissing sound. And you sort of hear throughout the cave like a sort of small cacophony of similar hissing sounds in response.
Oh dear
oh
God!
no.
And you see the cave fissure sort of retreat back into the corners of the darkness.
Oh God.
What have we done?
I have this look of panic if I could as I turn to Basilica and I just go, light them up. No, I'm kidding. Dirk is just gonna back away and dash over to his prayer mat
Yep.
and hook himself in.
Yep. You guys run back across the courtyard and into the Tremoctabula. And
Ampho, do you have a way to analyze to figure out what the hell it is that's on my hand?
I could certainly give it a whirl.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, is there a spot for me to
Bring it
put
to
my
the
hand?
bring it to the hollow table.
Okay, I'll do so.
You lay your hand on the hollow table, and he says, "One moment," and you see like any sort of sci-fi robot or medical machine, you just see a cacophony of robotic arms just sort of come out of the table with like buzz saws and syringes, and one has like a small flamethrower.
Ampho,
The other
I'd
one
like
has,
to
like, a
keep my
taser
hand.
on it. And then you see one that just looks like sort of like an eyeball just kind of zoom in and look down at your hand and just sort of start scanning. It's like, don't be a coward. Is this the courage of the North that I've heard about?
Yes, but we still need both our hands to use most of our weapons, so I'd like to keep it.
Yes, this appears to be the filament of a cave fissure. Oh, that would explain it. High tensile strength. Yeah, that could probably stop the wooden door.
Any suggestions how to take care of it? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Do you know what their weakness is? Or a way to find out?
Oh, that's what you meant. Take. You see, like, you look down at your hand, and he's like, one of the mechanical arms is like applying like olive oil onto the web and just pulls it off. Right. How to deal with cave fishes? I mean, they're just like any other blasted beast. You don't want to, you know, just a good blow to the head is a good hefty dose of arcanum should put them out of commission.
Okay.
Don't use fire.
Don't use fire. Okay. What would I use? Is there a way for me to? Sorry. Okay. Would detect magic give me a rough idea on how many are around, or what spell would I use for that?
I just say for the sake of it, both Ampho and Basilica, you know that these are not magical creatures.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why we can't see the filament. It's not magic. It's something else.
It's organic.
So detect magic would not work. No.
Okay.
Can I use detect organics? And by that I mean use my eyes.
Okay, so I don't have anything. I'm just trying to get a estimate on how many are in this cave.
Well, we probably got to connect to the ship to do that.
Well, I wanted to see if I had something first before connecting, but yeah, I'll. Because Tyrion wants to fight. Being that
There's
he
a couple
probably
ways that you could.
being that Tyrion probably wouldn't win a fight if he runs at it alone as of right now, he'll follow the group's lead and hop and sit down and connect.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just connected the processor. And leave it to Basilica to figure out how to drive us out of here.
Yep. He'll
Okay.
reconnect to the pilot seat.
Okay. As you connect to the So yeah, as you guys sort of plug back into the matrix, Muffin looks at you. Is everything all right? Did everything turn out okay?
There's cave fishers out there.
Oh, yeah, those are nasty beasties.
Yeah. Do we get the map back up?
Yeah, you turn on the or you command the processors to sense. And,
Tyrion,
yeah, sure.
send some shit.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out which one it would be. Whatever spell is like a sensory spell that isn't detect magic.
There's a couple different things that you could do that I don't want to say anything because I want to see what you come up with.
Well, I don't. It doesn't give me a list of what spells are part of it, so I'm gonna have to flip through the book and see what there is.
Yep. No worries.
So anything that has detect or sense in it, or etc. Okay. Speak with
Do we
animals
have-
isn't something we could use that I could use, is it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know how exactly you have this planned to work, the Tremoctobula, but like it's being fueled with people's magic, right?
Yep.
So like does that mean that the magic that is being put into the ship can be utilized?
Depends on what you would want to utilize. Like, what do you mean?
Like the magic that say like Dirk is putting in his holy magic.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like manipulate that and reuse it and apply it towards something with the ship?
What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know. I don't really. I'm. This is just me trying to figure it out. But like, I can't see his stuff, so I don't know what he can do.
Am I
Okay.
restricted to what level the spell is? Like, can I use like a
What
fourth?
do you-
Because I imagine I could, as of right now, I could use like first level and possibly
What spell are
cantrip.
you?
Well, my
What
first
spell
thought,
are you looking at?
well, it's a level 1, so the first one that comes to mind would be detect good and evil.
Yeah, that's one you can use.
And then there's another one. Where'd it go? Crap, I just had it. Detect thoughts is another one.
One of you can do that automatically.
Yeah, I can just do that.
Can you do that while plugged into the ship?
Probably.
He's stronger when he's plugged into the ship.
Okay.
I don't know how well it's going to work against trying to detect the thoughts of creatures.
Well, if there's multiple thoughts going through and not from the same source, it would give us an idea on how many thoughts are being sent out. Unless they're just not thinking.
Okay, well, I guess I'll attempt to detect thoughts and see how many I can detect.
Okay.
My thoughts behind it would be like we just triggered basically a tripwire, so there's gonna be something thinking, "Let me go check this." We also just lit some on fire, so there's gonna be something out there thinking, "Let me not get my ass burned," or back away, or stuff like that.
So just on a surface level, there, Silica,
Mm-hmm.
you're detecting. It's kind of hard to say, but within your 120 feet, you think you can sense at least like 5 of them.
At least 5.
We can take
The
them.
closest one being the one that Tyrion just blasted in the face, presumably the one that came to check on his tripwire.
Okay.
It does.
Um.
God damn it.
I mean, if Tyrion wants to fight them, then I guess we could go out and fight them.
I mean, we gotta get out somehow.
I'd say for the sake of this, you guys can definitely plan above game, if that helps.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
were
do you
told
wanna-
not to use fire, yes?
Yeah.
Question is there a specific reason for that, or is it just simply so many webs that we don't want to incinerate each other?
Oh, they probably have immunities to fire.
Yeah, but
Above game,
we
the
don't.
Silica with year 20, you actually know this. Cave fissures aren't immune to fire. They actually don't have any like resistance or vulnerabilities to fire necessarily. But their blood is highly combustive.
Oh, Tyrion.
Light blood on fire, go boom. Okay. No fire. Unless they're far away and there's a bunch of them all together.
What's my?
I don't like this to see Tyrion laughing. It makes me uncomfortable.
What's the distance for these?
Oh no.
Can we see all of
Okay.
them from the ship?
No,
No.
you can't see any of them. You know that there's 5 of them within 120 feet of you.
Shoot. Oh, we know the one that's outside.
Well, wouldn't. Oh wait, no distortion. Never mind.
Okay, are there no sensors on this ship?
You're talking to one of them.
Oh, smartass. Are there any like, the equivalent of like a radar sensor, kind of thing?
That's
have
what I
any-
meant.
Yeah. Do we have anything like that?
So, peek behind the DM screen here, above game. The reason I left it open-ended like that is so you guys could get creative with it. So you have access to basically like any kind of spell that would help you detect stuff. It's just it's kind of up to your own creativity to figure out how that manifests. Because the sensor literally gives you access to basically any sensing spell.
Okay. I'm gonna use detect good and evil.
Okay. You may do so.
Okay. What do I got to roll for detect good and evil?
So detect good and evil for the duration. If you know if they're so you will know if there are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically concealed or desecrated. So,
Because unfortunately, most.
you would know that
Go for it.
a silica would know that these creatures are not any of those things. They're not aberrations. They're just monsters.
Are they poisonous?
I'm gonna say yes.
Detect poison and disease.
Range of 30 feet.
Damn.
That was-
I don't have any detect abilities.
I don't. Yeah. I had to go through the book to find it. But yeah,
Oh.
detect.
Those are the variation. You can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you.
You also identify the type, the kind of poison.
Yeah, so I mean, we already know what it is, but
Yeah.
does this allow us to know where they are as we're moving?
Yeah. So as you go to detect poison, sure enough, within 120 feet of you, you can see the 5 poisonous creatures. Incidentally, the kind of poison they are is very odd. It's not traditional venom. It is flammable poison running through their veins.
Okay.
They have some sort of flammable chemical that their body seems to run off of. And so you kind of see their circular system kind of light up like a Christmas tree as you move through your different filters and finally find one that works. You see the one that you blasted with ice kind of off to your right there, probably about 30 feet away. You see a couple more suspended from the ceiling, and then you see probably 2 more kind of further along the cave on the left, along the floor. What would you like to do?
I'll just kind of look to the guys, however I'm able to do that, and just, are we fighting them on the ship or fighting them in real time? In person.
Tyrion would want to get his hands dirty.
I don't think it's smart to just open the door and run out. I saw what you
Yeah.
did in that small encampment. Is there a way to change the blast's element? It seemed ice did the trick.
Yeah. I mean, what types of like? I know what a Silica has in terms of his spells, but what is the ship able to do? Just like magic missile? Is that it?
Oh, I have a feeling that Tyrion knows intimately what the ship is able to do at this point.
Oh yes.
I can hear him hovering over the fucking launch button.
I'm checking range and seeing what the damage is for a few of these.
Yeah.
Sphere of energy. So above game, the top 3 that I'm looking at: magic missile, chromatic orb, chain lightning. It's 2
I
of these
feel
are on the same page.
I'm gonna
which
be
is
honest. I feel a
fun.
little hesitant on the chain lightning because I don't want to see them getting electrocuted and then all of them just go up in flames because of the
Yeah.
blood.
I mean, to be above game, Tyrion is lightning based, so it would be the same reaction either way if Tyrion uses his lightning breath.
Also, in game and above game, Dirk doesn't know what the fuck these are. Like he doesn't know about the blood.
What is the range on magic missile?
Should be 120 feet, isn't it?
Yes, 120. Chain lightning does give us the furthest distance. How
I'd say just fire magic missiles at him for starters.
from the brief look outside the door, how much space do we have on either side of it? Like, how big is this cave? Like, are we able to actually see the walls?
Yeah. It's probably no more than 50 feet across at its widest.
Okay.
Probably looking at like a similarly high ceiling.
Okay. So about 50 up and down, or up, down, side to side, give or take.
Yep. It cinches in places to about 30 feet probably, but you know, it's a cave. It's not perfect.
I mean,
I would just say let's launch a magic missile at the closest one just to see what it does.
all right. Well,
Or start it off, I guess.
going off of Captain's orders, magic missile, closest one, which I think you said was the one that I shot. Ice at?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Roll them things.
Magic missile. So got it. So 5 for the first one. 5,
Nice.
10, 13 total.
Gotcha. So as you sort of as you go to engage your magic missile launcher, you see what appears to be sort of like a spiral seashell type structure kind of poke its way out of the Tremoctobula, and it's sort of you see this panel slide down off of it, and you see a bunch of tiny little spiral seashells just fly out of it in the form of magic missiles, like an American like rocket launcher. You know, those ones that it's got like 4 by 5 rows of rockets on it, mounted on a tank. You just see these missiles just hit this thing and crash into him and kind of light up the cave with magic. He sort of retreats deeper into some sort of like little crevice or fissure in the wall. You don't see him die, but as you notice, these things don't seem to be able to he doesn't seem too keen on fighting back at this weird door.
So they're not acting aggressive, basically.
That one's not.
Uh, all Tyrion senses are telling him to go outside and fight at this point.
Hmm. Got nothing.
Tyrion's gonna disconnect and start walking outside. Sorry, Tyrion's gonna disconnect Balasar and head outside.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants to fight.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Tyrion, we don't know how many there are.
Bring
Okay.
it.
So Dirk disconnects from the machine. Gotcha.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Dirk. I said my piece.
Oh, actually, Tyrion's gonna also unhook or request that Liv and Kark also get disconnected.
Okay. They happily do so.
Yep. Yeah. All right. We have a problem. Let's go fight it. Let's do what we do best.
Oh boy.
All right, we go.
Dirk grabs his shield, pulls out his flail. I was about to try to pull out my rod of lordly might, but I don't want to burn them.
Just in case, that's a nat 1 for initiative when you have us roll. If you have us roll.
Okay. Yeah. So you're all following Tyrion outside the Tremoctobula?
Yeah.
Okay.
14 for initiative.
All right.
Yeah,
well, we
I'm
might as
fast
well
for
all just roll initiative then.
You've got
It
3
ran
Vikings on the ship.
Guys, it ran away. We can't see it right now. If we go outside, we're blind.
You've got 3. I'm not fighting his instinct. He is a Viking.
But there's
like-
nothing outside to fight anymore. It ran away.
One
Are
of
we
them.
just going to start trekking into the darkness after it?
One of them ran away, is all we were told. There were 4 others.
Somewhere within 120 feet. We need to find them first.
Luke, did all of them run away, or was it just the one? Because
No, it's just the one that you shot.
yeah, they were all within sensory, which is within range
Yeah.
of at least half of my weaponry.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
So it seems like it would have been like a really easy fight if you didn't leave.
Yeah, so now we're going out and we're blind.
in what
I-
way I know Tyrion
We
can see you at 120 feet.
One sec.
I'm sorry, I'm not fighting Tyrion's instinct to fight. He's walking outside.
Okay. Oh, that's your call.
Mm-hmm.
You walk out into a cave.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll a perception check or something? Because
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll. So you're just walking forward, and as everyone following you. I'm still a little confused because at the first I thought that's what was happening.
I mean, Silica's going to express to Tyrion this isn't a good idea.
Tyrion's just gonna keep walking. He's ready to fight anything and everything, if whatever's out there.
Okay, roll me perception.
21.
21. Okay. So as you're kind of walking, trudging through the darkness, your
Well, I'm
trusty
not walking.
canine behind you.
I'm not gonna go far from it. Just walk outside of it and look around. At least first off, he would look around before walking far.
So I'm okay. So I'm confused. Are you just walking out of the cave, out of the door of the Tremoctobula and standing there? Or are you walking through the cave?
Walking out the door of the Tremoctobula, taking a look around, assessing situations, and then gonna move if need to.
Okay, so then I'm gonna say scratch that perception check. You stand outside of the Tremoctobula. It's a cave.
Okay. How far did we go from that? From where we were fighting them, or from where we shot?
You haven't moved.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to do.
We see.
Yeah. So that's so just for my own clarity, all that has happened from what I'm hearing is that you guys successfully scared away the cave fisher, and then Tyrion immediately decided to get out and start checking the cave.
Yes, with having
With
in his
Living,
mind,
Kark, and Balasar.
with
Yeah.
with knowing that there were 4 others on the detection that were within range of the detect.
Right, but detect poison. If you look at it, that one isn't just in the area. That one, I believe, or am I reading that one wrong? Oh no, yeah, no, that one. So yeah, the detect poison tells you exactly where they are.
Yeah. But it's also it has the same range as my hand. Detect poison was in 30 feet.
No, it's at 120 feet in the Tremoctobula.
Yes,
Okay.
but we are no longer inside the ship, so that is no longer working because we are not connected
That's what
anymore.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So, are you just going to go out and search until we find them?
Are there holes and spots in the immediate air in the 120 feet range of us?
Are you moving forward?
Does it look like a straight cave, or does it look like multiple directional cave?
More or less straight. Like it just seems to be a continuation of the ravine.
Then yeah, Tyrion would walk forward a little more.
Okay. Perception.
19.
19. Okay. So as you're walking forward, Tyrion, you're kind of looking around for holes and things for these things to hide in and rocks and stuff like that. And you almost trip right over another one of those ankle high filaments.
Okay. Is just the one, or is there a bunch sprawled across the floor?
It looks like just one string, and it's kind of set up like a tripwire.
Tyrion's gonna take his axe and cut it. Just take one swipe down.
Okay. It's actually a strength check.
15.
15?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, I guess you can't attack it. Okay, I see. Well, that is enough to break it. So, yeah, you go ahead and strike the filament, and yeah, it snaps under your axe. Now go ahead and roll me a dex save.
I have advantage with dex saves
Advantage?
because of danger sense.
Uh,
Either way, it's a nat 20.
Okay. Yep, sure enough, you just cleave the filament right in half. Nothing, no harm doing. But as you cut the filament, you hear again coming from the cavern, kind of
Hang on.
coming from your left. It's
Hang on, one second,
Oh.
one second, one second.
Wolf.
Yeah, sorry. Daughter came in. Apparently, the girls heard a gunshot from outside. Not sure what's going on.
Oh,
Ooh, my God.
that's scary. Do you want to take a break for a second? It's just about that time anyway.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Check out what's going on.
Is that okay with everyone?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yep.
I was gonna say Dirk started to leave with Tyrion just to give him some sort of backup, but thinking about it, kind of with a silica on this one.
I can't say anything as the DM, unfortunately.
I know. From what it sounded like, you were. I'm not saying railroading because that's not the right word, but it was like alluding to the fact that I don't know. I was picking up that you're trying to say that we were kind of putting ourselves in danger that doesn't need it.
Well, I meant for this to be a sort of I definitely had an objective for this right here, and things have gone a little sideways. It's all good. That's how a D&D do.
Huh. Eh.
Sometimes I wonder if this is how like video game designers feel like, like just like, oh, I came up with these things so that, the players could have fun and explore the environment, and oh, they're just gonna kick chickens.
You still there, Mike?
I think he said he'd be right back.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him.
Yep.
I really like my reactive avatar. Just like watch him go.
I have to go back and watch mine on the archive. I can't see your lovely faces.
Well, because we're constantly getting cave noises. Wolf's little wolf there just keeps freaking the hell out. So it's like every time he speaks, it's just like all we hear is like drops, water droplets and stuff. It's like, damn.
Also, I'm sorry. I definitely put cave fishers in this encounter and didn't even think about how that would trigger your arachnophobia until I was like, oh yeah, they have webs too, don't they?
I was gonna say, what is it with you assholes and spiders? Leave me out of this.
It's not a spider.
It's an arachnid. It's arachnophobia. Sure, maybe fine. It deals with spiders, but I also don't care for scorpions either. And I feel like scorpions are an immediate step up on the danger scale.
They're actually not scorpions. It's just they're kind of hard to describe. They
They're
look
gator
honestly,
spiders.
they look like silverfish, is what they're supposed to be.
Oh, dude, silverfish fucking suck.
The silverfish are fucking weird looking,
Yeah.
but they're just silverfish with claws. Like they still got
Gross.
the derpy tails. Although I did definitely like after the cat arachnid, I was like, what if I made like a dragon spider? Like, how much dragon can I add until it stops being a spider? Okay, so we'll play Wolf's game here. If not spiders, then what are your 3 favorite bugs?
Okay, in like real life, or do you mean within D&D? What are we talking here?
I meant real life, but I suppose you can throw D&D in there if you like.
Yeah, we're currently on break geared. Wolf had to deal with something. He'll be back shortly, hopefully. Favorite bugs.
I'm back.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
Welcome.
Dragonfly is definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's definitely up there for me too.
Okay, this one's kind of a cheating one because it's less the bug I'm all for and more the artistic side, but there is, I think it was somewhere in India or maybe it was somewhere in Asia. I can't remember specifically, but they essentially gild beetles and dress them up in fine jewelry essentially.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like these people wear beetles like brooches, like they're living beetles. They treat them gingerly.
So is that where the whole golden beetle thing comes from in like Nintendo games?
Honestly, couldn't tell you.
Because like I know that's a thing in like a couple different Zelda games.
Oh, Zenith wants a wah. Are you asking me for a wah? Wah. Wah.
Let's scroll this up.
Wadam is gonna win.
Wolf, we're doing 3 favorite bugs.
Oh, right. I only gave 2.
Scorpion's high on the list.
Go fuck yourself.
I have a metal scorpion and a metal tarantula on my desk.
I'm glad I'm not there. Metal. So many insects. Yeah, Hercules beetles are definitely. I might take that one. I do love watching. Was it Hercules beetles or rhinoceros beetles? Which one begone thoughts the bugs?
Okay.
I think the rhinoceros beetle is the one that has the big old horn sticking out of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And the Hercules beetle it has the big old jaws, but I think that's the one that throws them.
Yeah,
All right.
that one's my favorite.
Because this happened while we were playing. Jax LeBerg, thanks for the raid of 3. For any raiders that are still here.
Oh, hey.
Yep.
Hi, Jax.
For anyone who
Sorry.
for anyone who is still here, we usually try and do D&Ds on Sundays. So we alternate between my campaign, which is an avatar based one, and Luke's campaign here, which is what we're currently doing.
And all archives can be found over at Wolfsbane 1025 on YouTube. That's Wolfsbane 1025.
Yes, what he said. And Seattle for gifting a sub to Zetimus. Thanks,
Wait,
guys.
what?
Yeah. Oh, Seattle is continuing the gift sub that they gave for Zed.
I was a bit. What? Did he?
Oh, that's what the thing says.
Well, thank you, Seattle. Also, I don't remember ever canceling my subscription. Ever. Like,
No, he's continuing the gift sub that you got him.
oh, I misunderstood completely. I'm sorry. Also, hi, Mike. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Y'all good?
I don't.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
We good? Do everything all good on your side, Wolf?
Yeah. For now, there's no reports on what the hell's going on. We're close enough to the freeway. Like, there's a bend in our freeway that like a lot of tires will pop on big rigs.
Okay,
it's
so that's
Well, from where I'm sitting, it sounds like a wheel popping, but apparently, from what the girl said, that it wasn't coming from that direction. It was like further east from us, and it was a sound loud enough to make our cats dive under the bed instead of what the tires usually do. So we're not sure what exactly is going on, but we will see. Why does Wolf's full username sound like a radio station? What is it? Say it.
Wolfsbane 1025.
welcome to
That's amazing.
WB 1025. That's WB 1025. Seattle.
Oh, and Garrett asked about the Pelican Spiders for Zetimus.
Kindly burn in hell.
But they're so cute.
Oh, and
They're
Garrett,
so derpy looking.
they
Not even spiders.
They really are. And Garrett, I also agree. Praying Mantis would probably be my third one as well.
Oh, that's a good one.
Praying Mantis or the stick bugs, but not like the standard ones, like the more leafy looking stick bugs.
I like the deep sea isopods. They're like the roly polies, but they're the size of a football.
Oh, I've seen those. Those things look weird if they get into like the wrong area, not wrong area, but like cause you'll see them in different like shapes. Like you got the roly poly ones, and then you got those flatter ones that look like they kind of sprawl out and almost look like they have jagged edges.
Yeah. I always wondered what they tasted like though. Like, they gotta have a lot of meat on them. They look like if they were good, they'd be delicious.
I've never had them, but I would imagine they wouldn't taste that far off from like lobster, or at least that kind of texture.
Yeah. Well, that was one of those things I saw on a shore recently. Someone was like, if spiders were the size of crabs, we'd probably eat them.
Yeah.
Spiders were the size of cats, we'd be dead.
Yep.
Okay.
And my
Continue.
favorite bug is the dung beetle because of how relatable they are. Because
Well,
they're rolling into shit just like the rest of us.
Well, it's top 3.
And daddy long legs.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, you can't freak out about that one. That one's technically not a spider.
And they
I
can
know-
literally do nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's just the creepy crawly aspect of them. Zed?
And then I don't have a third because I don't want a third.
That's fair.
I'm good with 2.
You guys heard of toe biters or kissing bugs?
No.
I don't
Look
think.
them up sometime. They're fucking horrifying and they're apparently everywhere.
Oh,
I
God.
will remain ignorant based off of everything you just said.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh, okay. I know. I've seen those around. Kissing bugs.
Yeah.
We've all seen them around. They look like stink bugs with like a really longer nose.
Nope.
Oh, not those. I guess I'm confused. No, I'm talking about the aquatic ones. They got like these two pincers on the side of their head, and they're infamous for biting people's toes because they look like small fish.
Are they the ones
But
that they
they-
used in Harry Potter?
I
The
don't think so.
okay, because there was like a spider thing that Mad Eye Moody used it for like a scene where he's basically
No,
like traumatizing the kids.
Oh my god, no, I know what spider that is. It Hang on.
Okay, so I am thinking of something different then.
Yes. It's like it's I think it's fuck, I'll find it.
Oh, my internet shut out. No, the ones that you're talking about, Chavez, are cave dweller spiders,
Okay.
but they look kind of like that.
Okay.
Tailless, wait, hang on. Whip spiders and also tailless whip scorpions.
Yes.
Ugh,
Yes,
no,
that's exactly.
get that garbage out of my fucking face. No. Oh
Yeah, those
god.
guys suck.
I
Welcome-
completely forgot.
Welcome to the traumatized Zenimus break time.
He's traumatizing himself. He's the one that looked it up.
That was my fault. Also, no, I'll tell you what's fucking traumatizing. A picture of someone photoshopping Willem Dafoe to look like Waluigi, and I forgot I changed my background on my phone, so I have him glaring at me from the corner of the phone. Like,
All right, well, while we're on break, I'm gonna mute my microphone and take a quick bite of my food, and
Chavez,
I'll be good to go.
I will, or Wolf, I will send you the picture of what I saw.
Oh God. Okay.
Hang on.
Look up giant water bugs. Like they
No.
straight up look like if cockroaches could bite.
Giant water. Ew. That's disturbing.
That's what I saw.
Aren't those in Animal Crossing?
Oh God. Brent, why? Just why?
I ended up changing my background on my phone. I completely forgot I did.
Why do you do these things?
What about you, chat? What are some of your favorite bugs?
All right, I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
That's what I see when I turn on my phone, Michael.
That's what I see when I close my eyes at night.
Jesus.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Nah.
Oh, I should say also, I get to see whenever I go or scroll over 2 screens, I get to see his full face, and he looks like he's staring creepily into my soul.
Like, why are you just a potato?
I don't know. That's geared.
Geared, why is he just a potato? I find it funny that your potato has the chubby cheek smile. It's just like the inward, like he's just got the chubby's little pinchable cheeks.
Blake deep potato. He's a blaked potato.
But can you all see me pondering this orb? Yes.
Oh, I'm good to go whenever you guys are.
Same. I'm ready to go.
No, I want to stare at more memes. Okay.
All Blake's emotes are potatoes, so Blake's IS is a potato.
Blake is a potato.
That took me a second.
Okay.
All right, chat. We will see you when we're done.
Fairly well, chat.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Let me turn
So,
that back on. There we go.
Tyrion, you just chopped this cave fisher's line in half.
Mhm.
Like any good fisherman, he's not too happy about it. So as you are standing there, kind of looking about the cave, you hear that similar sound, that hissing sound. As you look up and you see a cave fisher drop from the ceiling at you. Roll for initiative.
Do you want me to reroll? Because I rolled that one earlier on.
Yep, go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
That's a 4.
4.
Okay.
Do I need to re-roll initiative, or can I keep my 14?
Are you with him?
I'm behind him.
Then yes, you may. You will please kindly re-roll your initiative.
Can do. 7.
Okay. So, 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here.
Oh, just for flavor, as it's dropping, I'm putting my axe back in its sheath. I was something else I'm gonna do. My turn.
Okay. So. Basilica. All right. So, this cave fisher hisses and falls towards the ceiling at you.
Alright, hang on one second. I'm gonna. There we go.
And as you're putting your axe away,
Turn it down a little bit.
you hear from. Oh, I should probably roll for the fucking thing too. I should probably put him in. Oh yeah, he's at the bottom. Okay. Yeah. So as you as this cave fisher is sort of pouncing down at you from the roof of the cave, you hear over your shoulder just a as an arrow sort of hits this thing. You look back and see Liv holding her bow. Not bad. So that would be. She's gonna go ahead and take another shot at him. That's a nat 20.
Oh.
It's cocked. Okay. Yeah, so she sinks a hefty amount of damage into this cave fissure as it's sort of falling towards you, and it sort of collapses to the ground, sort of missing its drop attack mark.
Thank you.
She just sort of just as she kind of looks out at you, and yeah, that'll do it for her turn. Basilica, what would you like to do?
Where was Liv when she was fighting?
You guys are kind of loosely clumped together, I would say. So like, you can be within like 5 feet of her if you like.
Are we just at the door, looking out?
You're a little bit away from the door because Tyrion had to walk a good 15, 20 feet away to make room for all of you.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna turn to Liv and just be like, your brother's gonna get himself killed charging into the unknown like this. I'm gonna cast a ray of frost at the one she just shot at.
All right, go for it.
It's 15.
Unfortunately, that will miss. So you go to launch out this. How do you shoot your ray of frost there?
Just out of my hand.
Okay. Yeah, you go to shoot this kind of frosty blast at him, trying to narrowly miss Tyrion. Doesn't look like it quite reaches him, unfortunately.
Oh no! I pull an ice cube out of my bag.
Just throw ice cube.
Yep.
But yeah, unfortunately, that does not hit the cave fissure.
Dang it. Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action?
As a bonus action.
No, I don't. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go out there because I'm a wizard.
No, that makes sense. Kark, seeing his brother narrowly dodge an attack from this strange cave monster, is gonna lift up his sword, and he's just gonna let out a kind of a battle cry, just and he's gonna sort of strike down at this thing, and it's just gonna kind of deftly just reach up and block with his claw. He's gonna go for another swing. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have second attack yet, I don't think. No, okay. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So yeah, he's just gonna kind of get locked in combat with this thing. He's trying to like attack the carapace of this creature, and it's just sort of putting its big meaty claw up to kind of engage with him. And that will do it for Kark. Dirk, your friends are fighting in the darkness.
Well, let's send out a little light there, bud. I'm going to cast. Wait, is this an action or is this a? Hang on, give me 1 second.
Yep.
Oh, it's a fucking action. Damn it. I'm gonna cast Angelic Guardian, and I'm gonna So essentially, Wolf, what Tyrion will see is, right in front of him, or no, let me reread that. I'm just gonna. How do I? Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, right in front of Tyrion, basically a light, the light takes the form of Father Gregorio. And it is currently going to act, granting the target -2 to ace. Wait. figure moves to intercede between target and any upcoming attack, granting the +2 to AC if the target fails a dexterity saving throw. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. And then I can't do anything else right now, so I'll have to end my turn. Oh, actually, no. Free action.
Tyrion, what's the plan?
And then that's the end of my turn.
Can't respond to that.
With a sentence or two.
Kill them all.
Oh no.
Nah. Anyway, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Tyrion, your move.
All right. How far? Like, how close am I to this creature? Like, is he like right in my face, or is he like a
He's
10, 15 in front?
right in your face, basically.
All right.
Your
Cool.
brother's next to you.
Still pissed off from earlier. Instantly goes into a rage, screaming at it. I do it, but yeah. Going into a rage. And I'm activating Booming Blade on my axe and taking a swing at it.
Okay. Nice.
Battle axe 23.
I'll definitely hit.
Cool. 6 slashing.
Okay.
Wait, Booming Blade doesn't...
It only
What do you
procs. It procs when he moves.
Can you click on Booming Blade for me?
Uh,
So I have it. Thank you.
so when a creature willingly moves 5 feet, it takes 8d or 1d8 thunder damage.
I thought you were going to say 8D. Jesus.
Okay.
And
Is there anything else you like to do?
So I use my action. So
Offhand?
I can't offhand. I use my bonus action to activate rage.
Right. Yeah.
Nope. That is it. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. And what would you like Balasar to do?
Shit, I'm gonna have him just going for his I'm gonna have him going for a tail attack.
Okay.
14.
14. We're gonna go ahead and say that Balasar is smart enough to, while you and Kark are in front of him, Balasar will go behind. So we'll give you the +2.
Alright, so the 16.
And that will hit.
Okay. Tail attack. 9 bludgeoning.
9? Yep. Cave Fisher's definitely looking beat up, but he's still standing.
Alright. And then he does have multi-attack, so his necrotic bite will be the next one.
Oh yeah, you are raging.
Yep. So 16 to hit.
16 again, that'll hit.
7 piercing.
Okay. Yeah. This boy's looking pretty beat up at this point. Like Balasar just like whacks him with the tail, and like you hear like one of his little insectoid legs kind of snap, and you just hear it kind of squeak out. When it gets hit. And then Balasar just goes in. His eyes just sort of clouded over with this like black fire, and he goes in for a nice meaty bite. He just thrashes this thing's insectoid leg right off.
Good boy.
And you see you see it kind of in the darkness. You don't. None of you can really see color with your dark vision, because that's just how it works. You see everything in black and white. But like as this thing sort of bleeds onto the ground, you definitely get a waft of something noxious, almost like a petrol or kerosene kind of smell. And yeah, this thing's bleeding pretty bad right in front of you. But that'll bring us back to Liv's turn. That'll definitely hit.
One of my abilities is gone.
Oh,
Let me double check something. Yeah, because I'm supposed to have an ability that I'm not seeing anymore.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Roll 20.
Oh no.
again.
There it is. Sorry. No. Something must have updated with Roll20 and it kind of moved a few things around.
Yeah, they added the night mode to it, so there was an update since we last played.
Working in the night mode.
Oh, and Luke, Ancestral Protector procs my rate when I hit my first target, so anything that hits, if it attacks anything but me, it has disadvantage.
Ah, interesting.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
actually, it's not Liv's turn. I forgot the cave fisher's turn.
Just for clarity's sake, Luke, as far as my positioning goes, how close am I to Tyrion right now?
You'd be within like 10 feet of him. I'm kind of playing it kind of fast and loose here, so that you can kind of decide that, but you're basically all just kind of grouped together.
Okay.
How close do you want to be to him?
I mean, I was basically.
How close do
Right
you want to
behind-
be?
I don't know. How much do you believe in God? I don't know.
I got a
are you
crosshair
ready to get
somewhere.
holy? No. I would basically be right behind him, ready to give him backup. So I mean, 5-10 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna no.
Alright.
You know what? No, I'm gonna say 5 feet. Anyway, sorry. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, that definitely works.
Okay. Sorry.
We don't have a
continue.
map, so yeah, this will kind of theater of the mind. You kind of have to play it out anyway.
Gotcha.
Tyrion, this insectoid creature, kind of this almost scorpion-like creature, looks up at you with sort of, if a carapace could glare, it looks up at you with scorn, and it goes in for a nice big claw pinch right at your neck. I'm assuming a 10 doesn't hit you.
It does not.
But then you see it kind of wheel around its other claw, almost for like a kind of uppercut, kind of a fake out. As it comes in low, it swings at you for another claw attack for 19.
That hits.
Did you also add the +2 for ancestral or not ancestral guardian?
Oh right. No, it's only when it's attacking something other than me. It's still straight rolls when it attacks me.
Oh, well, in
Yeah.
that case, fuck that. I will use my reaction since I'm within 5 feet of you, using fighting style protection. It is at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, it is attacking at disadvantage.
Ooh, that's no good. It is a 2 on the die, so I'm assuming a 7 doesn't hit you.
No.
So it goes for a nice cheap dirty shot with its other claw, and you just see Dirk just kind of come around from your left like a good Spartan, just kind of put his shield out and just block the claw attack.
I don't think so.
That's all you hear from Dirk as you hear bang, just as he pushes him away.
All right. And then as we come to the top of the turn order, Liv will get a shot in for some damage. She sort of takes that opportunity and just kind of looses another arrow kind of into his sort of neck region where his head would meet his body. I will unfortunately miss. Silica, that is your turn.
I will attempt another Ray of Frost.
Do it.
21.
That'll definitely hit.
5 cold damage.
I just looked at what a cavefish looks like. I thought these had more of a tail than they really do.
Yeah, no. It's like a for those of you above game, it's like if you took a silverfish and then literally just like slapped scorpion claws on it. Like they're just very bug-like.
I would like to repeat, thanks, I hate it.
It's not a spider.
No.
Doesn't mean it. Oh, okay, sure. Well, it's not a spider. I must be in love with the damn thing. Let's.
Silica, you just sort of come around on the right side and just sort of blast this thing on the side with its ice as you see an opening. And you manage to freeze a couple of its legs to the ground, and it just sort of pulls and struggles and kind of just breaks them just clean off as it just sort of pulls against them. This thing is looking real hurt at this point, but it is still on at least 2 of its legs. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay.
How bloody does this thing look?
It's looking awful.
Okay.
Like it's bleeding all over the place. It's lost like 3 of its legs, 3 of its 8 legs at this point. Like,
Okay.
And Kark is gonna go in for another swing. Oh no. Okay. It's not severe at all. As Kark goes to try and swing at this thing again, he just kind of raises his arm up, and he sort of like gets his hand sort of nicked in the ray of frost that you sort of launch out. As Silica, he sort of hits his hand and just sort of lets go of his sword on the backswing, and it just goes flying. He rolled a nat 1. The sword just sort of plants itself in the ground kind of in front of you as Silica, as he's just sort of looking at his hand all frostbitten like, ah!
Just don't make his nat 1 my fault.
I'm just trying to make the fight dynamic. He got in the way of your shot.
Is there a way we can, give him the unplugged controller number 2? Just tell him he's doing a good job. Like Kark is just having a bad time.
He always does. He does not roll well. Like Liv just over here just taking pot shots, just do all day. Kark never gets hits in.
One of these days, he's gonna get a fucking nat 20, and it is going to be either catastrophic or just god tier. I'm saying it now.
Incredibly useless.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, it's immune to that attack.
Mhm.
Where the fuck?
Gets hit.
Dirk, you are currently covering Tyrion's left flank here. What would you like to do?
How close is the beastie in front of me?
Yes.
We'll say it's kind of right. You can be right in its face if you like, or you can move yourself into an advantageous position pretty easily.
I'ma smash its face with my flail.
Flail.
Flail. John can shoot. 24.
Oh, easily.
Oops. Wait, no, I didn't mean to hit that. Sorry. Well, it's a 24 anyway.
Well,
I'm trying to
24
roll
again.
damage. It's not letting me.
Hit the
In
name
chat.
flail in chat.
In
Huh?
chat, click the glowing flail word. There you go.
Oh, bludgeoning.
For bludgeoning. For Jesus.
Yes.
Yes, as you go and bring this, raise your flail, you bring it down squarely on its head and just a satisfying squishy crunching sound of bug under metal. And that is one dead cave fisher.
And under his breath, you will hear, or if you're listening intently, but under his breath, you Dirk will just say, "I'm sorry."
He doesn't do that under
Huh?
his breath.
You know what?
He's a construct. He doesn't do that.
Oh, god damn it! So then you'll just hear a quiet "I'm sorry" as he brings an end to this thing's life.
All right. Are we still in combat?
You are no longer in combat, but you hear from the rest of the cave, you hear the cacophony of hissing sounds again.
I suggest we get back inside. And essentially, what you'll see is, just for flavor, Father Gregorio's form basically kind of nudging. Not that it can take on a mind of its own, but essentially just nudging you to go the other direction.
I'm gonna grab this thing, but this cave fisher by whatever is accessible and drag it into the Tremoctabula with me.
Okay. Strength check.
14.
14. Yeah, I'll do. You grab this thing by one of its claws and you start dragging it, and as you do so, you see Balasar just sort of into the darkness of the cave, his eyes still clouded over, and you see him just growling back into the darkness as you guys make your way back into the Tremoctabula, and you hear the sounds of clattering on the cave wall. As just before you make your way in and you close the door, you see the forms of 3 cave fishers just kind of rushing up from the darkness.
Dirk will once we're inside, Dirk will slam the door and immediately wedge his flail.
Oh,
in
I am
between
making
the
sure Balasar is coming with us. He could still be growling though.
Yeah, you make sure you all pile into the door. Dirk, you slam the door behind you with your back on it, and then you just feel the door just kind of.
No, you know what? No, Dirk's not going to wedge it. He's going to slam his shield right in front of it and push, essentially, acting as a brace for the door.
Yep. You feel the door sort of banging against your shield, and you hear the scratching sounds and the hissing of the insectoids as they kind of scree at you. But you are all now safely back in the Tremoctabula.
Yeah, and then Dirk will just yell, "Why did I go with this lunacy? We need to move!"
Let's get back inside. And let's just get the hell out of here.
Will the door hold, Luke?
Yes.
Or does it look like it's beginning to like creak and like, bend in a way that it's not meant to?
As you pull away from the door, it seems to be holding just fine. You hear the scraping sounds of the creatures, but then as you just sort of like brace yourself, waiting for them to do something, they don't seem to open it. They don't seem to have opposable thumbs.
Thank God for that. Because I don't need that imagery in my fucking brain. Thanks.
Thumb scorpions.
So Dirk.
Scorpions
Seeing
with
that,
fingers.
Fuck you. Lifts up his shield,
All over your
puts
body.
away his flail and everything, and then dashes over to the mat and connects himself.
Okay.
Still dragging this thing in with me, but I'll drop the body off once we get into the Chimoctobula and sit down.
Okay.
First, I'll help Balasar get hooked up and then sit down.
Okay. Yep. You all plug into the matrix again. You all take your spots. What would you like to do?
Magic missile at the 3 at the door. 1 each.
Jesus.
He is a barbarian. He is a Norseman.
1, 2, 3.
As you fire into these things, you notice above game that the DM does not seem to be calling for initiative. So you fire at all 3 of them successfully, and they take damage.
Okay. Oh, that's what damage each missile does, not initiative.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So yeah, they each take the damage. They still seem to be clawing at the door.
Magic missile again.
Yep.
Two, and a 3.
As you continue to lay magic missiles in them, they slow down a little bit more. Would you like to pour more magic missiles into them?
One second. Let me look up this damage this other one does.
Mhm.
Ooh, how many charges do I got at total right now? Am I back up to 4 charges?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Chain lightning.
Okay. You cast chain lightning at them.
One second. I'm pulling chain lightning.
Everything okay?
Targets must make a dex saving throw or take 10d8 lightning damage on a failed save.
Okay. As you sort of retract the sort of magic missile launcher back into the Tremacabule, you send up another little shell-like looking device. This one with a little ball on the end of it, like a Tesla tower, and it arcs off the chain lightning. And you said they need to make dex saves.
Yes.
Fail. That one is a 14. What is the save on chain lightning? Oh no, wait, it's yours. What is your spell save DC?
Supposed to DC 13.
13? Okay, so that one passes. And that one fails. Okay. So roll damage.
I think I'm. 1 second. Roll 10d8. 62.
Yep.
Half as much on a pass.
Okay. So literally, 2 of the cave fissures just explode into like kind of like not explode, but they just like they just burst into squishy insect parts and just go flying all over the cave. The third one just like continues to sit there getting struck like a fly in a bug zapper, just and like as you lay off of the chain lightning, it's smoky and crispy, and it just tries to crawl away. As you see it try to pull itself into like a corner of the cave, you do technically have an attack of opportunity.
Chromatic orb.
Do it. What kind of damage would you like?
Hang on, let me. You roll. So acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. Right. We were told not to use fire, although I'm pretty sure I'm a little past that one. Let's go thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
Um,
So again, just for the clarity of it, thunder and lightning are not the same thing.
I figured.
It's like sound damage or like shockwave damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can totally do thunder damage if you like. Yeah, as you sort of you pull the as you pull the lightning rod back in, you see essentially like these two weird like Cthulhu-y crab arms sort of extend from the sides of the Tremoctobula's bubble and out of the subspace. You see the two claws sort of open up, and one of them launches a chromatic orb out of it, taking on like this sort of glowing green shockwave energy. And he needs to roll a save, correct?
No, I need to roll to hit.
Oh no, he just
If the attack hits, the creature takes 3d8 damage.
Oh, you make a ranged spell attack. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you attack with your spell attack modifier.
Spell attack bonus, so d20 plus 5. Roll. 1d20 plus 5. That's a nat 1.
Okay. Still kind of in your draconic fury there, Tyrion. You go for the chromatic orb launcher, and you're so fed up with these monsters that you just don't even care at this point. You go and you launch the orb, and you think you set it to thunder damage. You might have hit the wrong rune in your mind palace, and you might have accidentally set it to fire damage.
Oh no.
Please roll damage.
What is damage? 3d8.
Hey, so fun question,
8.
Luke.
Yeah.
Is there any chance in the midst of all that the shield is still holding? Or did that go away when I stepped out?
I don't know. Did you leave anyone else out as a battery?
I don't know. What's Salim doing?
Salim was set to a battery.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Chavez.
Yes.
God damn it.
So
I'm playing my character. Fire me.
So I got good news and I got not terrible news.
Okay.
So you launch out this ball of chromatic energy and you just sort of wiggle it over towards this final crispy cave fissure, and it ignites the orange blood sort of pooled on the ground of the cave, and just goes up into flame. You hear the final scream of a dying cave fissure, as basically a small gasoline explosion erupts in this cave for a second. The Tremoctobula fortunately doesn't take too much damage, so it only eats away the 12 points of temp HP that it had already.
Okay.
And with that, the combat seems to have ended.
Tyrion's gonna unplug and walk back over to the cave fissure he dragged in.
Yeah, I'm assuming you didn't drag it all the way to the Nautiloid. It's probably still out there in the corridor. or the courtyard.
It's right outside the door to the monolith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyrion's gonna walk outside and start harvesting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a survival.
9. Can I argue for advantage with Balasar?
Unfortunately, you're just not familiar with this thing's anatomy whatsoever.
Fair enough.
So like you go and look at it, and like it's beat up, it's crushed in places from everyone's moves and stuff like that. Really, the only thing that seems to be intact is you managed to salvage both of the claws off of it. So you got 2 cave fisher claws.
I'll take it.
They're just like some big old lobster claws.
Cool.
Basilisk is gonna disconnect and he's gonna go after Tyrion.
So is any of
Okay.
the meat salvageable?
The claws.
Okay.
Meaty killer. Okay.
He's gonna approach behind him. He's go, "What the hell is wrong with you? Are you stupid?
Tyrion's.
What was the point of all of that?
We need to move forward. They're in the way. We took care of it.
No, Tyrion, we already took care of it. You continued unnecessarily, putting yourself and the rest of us in danger.
You didn't have to come out with me. That
What
was
if
your.
we didn't? What if we didn't,
Who
Tyrion, and you died? You don't
knows?
know what these things are. Have you been down here before?
Have you?
No! That's why I didn't want to go out there! Tyrion, you don't... This is bigger than your fucking ego. Put it aside and remember that you're part of something bigger than you now. We need you alive. Think before you do shit. Don't act on your own.
Tyrion's just gonna look away and go back to messing with the claws. See it as you will. I am still Viking first above everything else.
Yeah, well, fuck off and go to Valhalla then. He's gonna walk away.
Damn.
Basilica, roll me a charisma save real quick.
Charisma save. 18. Oh wait, that was not a save. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, same shit.
Well, just go ahead and roll a save.
8.
Tyrion, I'm assuming as Silica's like screaming at you, you don't really like. Are you really paying attention to him, or are you paying attention more to the cave fisher?
I'm hearing what he's saying, but I'm still enraged, so like half hearing, half listening, half caring.
So you're not really looking at him.
Not really.
Okay.
Well, I looked at him for like the first half of that, and I turned back and finished the conversation with the cave fisher or the claw.
Basilica, as Tyrion turns his back on you, you look at him. You look at him for a long time, like just staring at his impudence. And you look at him, and you're so over his forgive me, not my words, his stupidity and just his just complete disregard for you and your people, and just how he has no regard for you and your clearly superior intelligence. And as you look over him, as he's sort of hunched over this thing, you're not standing over him, but as you go to turn away, you realize something that you didn't realize the whole time. You are firmly grasping your hand on the hilt of your sword. and you have a very strong inclination to want to pull it out.
Do I do that, or am I still in control?
You're still in control, but you didn't notice you were even holding it.
He's gonna take his hand off of it. He's gonna look back at Tyrion, still very angry, but now concerned about what he just noticed. And he's going to go to Glil's chamber and look and see what's going on down there.
Okay. Dirk, what are you doing real quick?
Well, with the thought that we were getting the hell out, he's currently hooked into the Matrix.
Oh, so you're still plugged in?
Yep. And I'm assuming I didn't notice any of that when that just happened, right?
You would have noticed your friends eject themselves, but no, you don't really have knowledge of what's happening on the Tremoctabula.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible. And you just, if anyone hops in, you'll just hear him going, yeah. That's what's happening. As comical as it is, it's like he's
just singing hymns.
By. Yeah, he's just standing by.
Yep. Okay.
When Tyrion's done with the claws, he'd walk back in and reconnect.
Okay.
If Basilica's not there, he'll hop into the pilot's chair.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Basilica, you go up to Glilob's chamber.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the medical bay, as it were, and you see your only other mind flayer companion, Glilob, just kind of floating in a sort of tank of some sort of watery fluid, presumably illithid technology to promote healing.
Mm-hmm.
Just standard sci-fi bullshit. And yeah, he just seems to be floating there. You notice that he doesn't seem to be in any pain or anything like that. He doesn't seem to be dreaming, and you're not really getting any psionic feelings from him. He just seems to be unconscious.
I'm going to try to see if I can talk to him, like in my mind, or in his mind, rather, or whichever.
Mm-hmm.
Glow, are you there?
What? Hello? And you see him just kind of open his eyes in the tank.
Are you okay?
Silica. Yeah, I'm fine. I had a little bit of a headache, but why am I wet? Why? Oh. Can you let me out?
Yeah, I'll open it up.
Yep. It sort of drains all the fluid out of it, and he just sort of falls to the bottom of the tank and just sort of pulls himself kind of weakly up, like, oh, my head. How long have I been in there?
How long has it been? When was the...
It's been like, what,
It's
like
coming.
9-10 days?
Yeah, this is coming up on the 10th day.
Oh, about 10 days now.
10 days? What happened?
We fired and we missed, and we fired and we fired and we missed, and this went on for hours.
it.
Sorry, it's been a minute. What caused him to get sick again? Or
Yeah. So, um, you will recall that you had some sort of so from your perspective, you had some sort of conversation with Glil at the Battle of Kattegat. So when they were attacked, and then he had just cut out. From what you gather from the crew on his end, um, when you had basically when you had used the psionic signal to try and reach him from all the way across town, something attacked him as well.
okay.
Um, and you just sort of relay that information to him, I'll say, for the sake of brevity.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh yeah, the town, it was under attack. It was, oh no.
Oh, it's fine now, for the most part. They're rebuilding. We've kind of left on a excursion to find the purple worm that dug the hole that got the enemy in. And,
Purple worm?
yeah. We were asked to investigate from the head honcho of the village. Jarl, is that what they call their leaders? I think.
Jarl.
No, that
Yeah,
was
I think it's
Basilica,
something
not
like that.
knowing
Oh.
what it was.
I thought it was pronounced Jarl. I guess you don't pronounce the J.
Yeah.
Tyrion sneezes.
But
You-
are you feeling all right, or?
I'm better now. I've had plenty of time to heal. Just a little woozy. Uh, there were more gnolls with them, weren't there?
Yeah.
I was afraid of that. This is more mind flayer stuff, Basilica. These are the outcasts. The people I was working for.
Mm-hmm. Who did I talk to about? It was Ampho that I was talking to things about mind flayers being liches, right?
Yes,
And Glil was passed out at that point, so I hadn't brought it up to him.
that is correct.
Okay. I will bring that up to him.
Okay. Yeah, you just sort of relay all the information there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um, just saying, well, I don't think there are any liches amongst the outcasts, but there are definitely a few of us researching necromancy. Um, I sort of played around with the subject myself,
Dirk sneezes.
but more into they wanted me to research a little more into the demonology and trying to make it work with mind flare tadpoles and things. I never really got that far. He sort of scratches the back of his head.
Hmm.
I don't know if any of us can mind flayers become liches.
I don't know.
I don't
I
really know
guess
a
it's
lot of.
possible.
Huh. I don't really know a lot about our kind. I was kind of under the impression we were already dead, like almost like vampires, but like with leeches. And he just
Yeah.
sort of like wiggles his fingers.
Well, at any rate, we're going down a dark tunnel doing Gods know what. Trying to do God's knows what. That's weird to say. Gods.
Gods know what? Huh,
I
it
guess
is
they
weird to
do.
say. So listen, that voice that you may have talked to, it didn't tell you its name or anything, did it?
It didn't, right? I don't remember it.
No, it never
No, it
identified
didn't.
itself.
No. And neither did I.
Fair.
No. It never said.
I think that might be the witness.
What is that?
I don't know exactly what he is. He's an illithid like us, but he's not a humanoid. He's sort of a I've never seen him, but he's very powerful. He has the ability to amplify psionic signals. He kind of acts as a sort of hub, almost like an elder brain, but he's not an elder brain. He's very logical and calculating. It's kind of, like there's no personality there. He's just cold.
Luke, if you put a Mind Flayer dragon in this campaign, I swear to God. But no.
Your silence, Luke, is frightening.
I'm not saying anything one way or the other.
Still doesn't
just-
stop it from being frightening.
Yeah.
Let me just sorry, just a quick note for the DM there.
What have we done?
Talking, you guys, you're screwing us.
Well, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it, I guess.
Well, he like I said, he's very powerful psionically, and he kind of already knew who I was. So it wasn't very difficult for him to kind of he kind of pokes up at his head, get inside.
Oh no. You told him stuff, didn't you?
I didn't really tell him anything. I just sort of, sat down on the deck while he drove the ship, if you get my meaning.
Is that connection still there?
No, no. Well, I mean, again, he already knows my brain. He knows who I am. It wouldn't be hard for him to get in again. But no, it doesn't work like that.
He can't control you, can he?
He just kind of like straightens up. He's like, God, I hope not.
Oh God. This poor boy.
I mean, I guess he would have if he could, right? Right, Asilica?
I guess.
You see his green complexion grow like visibly paler.
Well, I mean, the elder brains can't do that. So why would it be able to do that?
You don't know the things that he's capable of. He can make other creatures just by thinking them into existence.
Well, I mean, we can do that.
Not like magic, like he creates them permanently. It's not a summoning spell. They're not very advanced, but he creates all kinds of minions for his purposes.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. You couldn't have told him anything more than what would be easily known from the get-go, that we're coming for him and anyone else that is working with him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Silica. I tried my
Whoa,
best.
whoa, whoa,
but-
whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. None of that. Just, we're friends,
Mr.
man.
Silica is my father.
Just a Silica with a mustache.
A mustache for each tentacle on his face.
Oh my god.
Cthulhu sneezes.
I'm only Mr. Silica when I'm chastising Tyrannesis.
But yeah, it's all right, Glow. Just, you know, I wanted to make sure you were okay, and you seem to be, so.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything you need, I'm probably, if you have been in there for as long as you say I have, I'm probably good to, get up and get to work, join the crew. And he's just sort of gives the like attaboy arm thrust.
Good. Pulls out the sword. Something is wrong with this.
He's just like stands back, like, the sword you made?
Yeah.
Oh.
It gave me a strong desire to wield it against my ally.
That's definitely not okay.
That is definitely not okay. So, if there is anything you can do about it, great. Otherwise, I think I'm going to just get rid of it.
Make me another charisma save there, Silica,
Uh-oh.
with disadvantage.
8. That's the same thing I got last time.
You say to yourself, well, I think I'm just gonna, and then you just kind of stop yourself mid-sentence as the thought of getting rid of this sword suddenly seems like a very foolish endeavor, almost comparable to what Tyrion just did.
Uh-oh.
And you're right, even starting to have second thoughts about letting Glilop look at this thing.
He's just going to put it away.
Oh, okay. Well, that definitely sounds like a really bad side effect there, Silica. Are you sure you want to be hanging on to it?
I don't know.
It's gonna roll an insight on you. It's not probably not deception, but go ahead and roll me a deception just because for lack of a better stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
Globe sort of looks at you and sort of like looks at you leerily, like for a second, like kind of waiting for you to say something, and then he just sort of smiles at you and nervously. He's like, you know what? I'm sure you know what's best. You probably know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
just out of sheer curiosity, who did the sword want you to use it on?
Tyrion, he did something reckless.
Oh, well, that's nothing new. He sort of scratches the back of his head.
Could have gotten himself killed.
Uh-oh.
He's fine, but I don't know. You just don't go gallivanting into places you've never been before, where you don't know what Water under the bridge. Sorry.
No, I understand. I hope you guys can work it out.
I don't know. He's pretty stubborn. Viking through and through. Puts his hand to his chest.
And you just, and then kind of in the back of your mind, you just sort of have this thought to yourself. Well, here, I'll send you something there. But yeah, Glil sort of looks to you and he's like, well, I definitely, I trust your judgment. You never led us astray, and you always seem to be looking out for the good of the crew. So I'm sure you and Mr. Tyrion can come to some sort of agreement at some point.
I don't know. I guess that's up to him, really. I just want to get us to where we're going. Safely as possible.
All right.
Secret message. Secret message.
Well, should we maybe go and check on the rest of the crew then? I'd love to see how everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. As you sort of lead him out, yeah, the rest of you are just waiting, plugged into the matrix.
Guys.
Hello?
I mean, Sheridan went to go sit at the helm.
Okay, yeah.
Took a pilot position.
Excellent.
Dirk.
Okay. Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of as a pilot, just you sort of sits and situate yourself into the cyberspace, and you see the floating form of Mucklin waiting for you there. Like, oh, is everything okay then?
It's fine. Just get out of here.
Yes, of course. And Ampho just kind of leans towards you. Very well then. Where would you like us to go, Norseman?
Let's keep going down the tunnel. We cleared it out, so we should be able to keep going.
Fair enough. And who do you have Liv as a processor right now?
Yes.
Yes. You see Ampho just sort of wave his hand out to the Matrix, and he just sort of says, "Norsewoman, lend me your eyes." And you see the cave kind of light up before you. And you sort of see the still smoldering corpses of 3 cave fishers outside. Just like, oh, worked a number on them. Jolly good. And you sort of push you guys forward. You run into a few more filaments here and there, but I'll just say for the sake of brevity, you just sort of shoot them down. Various arcane weaponry. And you make your way through, and there don't seem to be any more cave fishers. And as you go ahead and roll me a perception check, Tyrion.
15.
15. As you kind of make your way forward, you're noticing a lot of the cave isn't like particularly linear just past this part. So like once you sort of make your way past the cave fissure webs and things like that, there seems to be a few like offshoots here and there of caverns and things like that, and a few more forks in the road. But with Mucklin's guidance, he insists that a few of these places lead to dead ends, and a couple others lead to the lichen and things of that nature. And he, with his guidance, he sort of leads you to where he insists the purple worm has been coming from.
Before I move forward, I'm going to instruct Liv to use detect magic, because we've been that's kind of what we've been using.
Yeah, you you kind of light up the cave, and sure enough, you see some various you see the telltale signs of the small transmuted rocks. The spell seeming to be in various states of decay. So this definitely seems like a place that it comes through a lot.
Okay. Then we will. Is it leading down the same path that Mucklin is pointing us down?
Yeah, like even when it branches here and there, he's sort of guiding you towards the same spot. And sure enough, it seems to co-align with the trail, the weird magic snail trail.
Okay. I'll instruct Liv to drop it, seeing as how it's very clear that the trail is or Mucklin's guides is matching it, right?
Yeah, he seems to be guiding you just as well.
Okay. I'll trust Mucklin for directions. I'll just keep following where he points.
Okay. It's at this point that Tyrion, I'm assuming, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you joined him in the pilot's position. Where do you want Glil to sit?
Silica?
Yes.
Um,
Sorry. Yes, Asilica rejoins the pilots, and yeah.
Probably. I mean, does he want to connect, or does he just want to hang out?
He seems willing to help out the crew, like if you need him.
Let's just put him in the battery slot.
Okay. He takes his place, and sure enough, you have another body for a battery. Tyrion, you see Asilica join the cyberspace.
Okay.
Good of you to join us again, nephew.
Yep. He doesn't even remotely acknowledge that Tyrion is there.
Nope. Tyrion's actually, as soon as Asilica comes in, look over at Asilica. You've got it from here. Disconnect and reconnect as a processor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If he didn't, I was gonna eject him.
Yep.
Nice. As you guys are making your way through the cave, walking fast, talking past.
And I'm homesick.
I was going to say, just Dirk hears Tyrion sneezing. He just it just constantly pulls off or disconnects for a second. Just goes, Do you need water or rest? You seem to be ill.
I'm fine. Let's get this over with.
Plugs back in and just proceeds to just hum to himself. We are family. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Again, that's more Mac's thing. Mac would be the only one that knows that song.
We're spending a lot of time with Mac. Happens off camera.
It's not like the guy playing me has any sort of lacking confidence to talk to himself.
Hey, have you guys noticed that we don't really see them together too often?
It's like they're the same guy.
Right?
All of the NPCs,
I'm secretly Batman.
all of the NPCs are like, "What are you talking about? They're always hanging out. They like constantly talk to each other."
Really?
That's crazy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, as you guys are making your way through, Asilica and Tyrion as a processor, you can go ahead and roll me another perception.
22 for Tyrion.
Damn, Wolf,
22.
that's a good roll.
Mhm.
Damn, Mike, that's a good roll too.
God damn.
Damn.
Fuck you guys.
Sock 20 both sides. Jesus.
Oh wait, no, I got my net 20. I'm not gonna shit on you guys.
So you guys come to a place where the cavern seems to narrow grossly. Like it's definitely it has gone from like seeming like a cavern to almost seeming like a hallway of like a castle, say. The walls seem to thin to 10 to 15 feet on either side. And as you are looking about the stone here seems a little different too. You sort of it's gone from like the classic like sort of browns and grays of just rock and stuff like that to the earth seems to have taken on a slightly darker reddish color all about you, like a red stone. Um, and as you look about it, you see strewn about the floor as the cave narrows, you see what appears to be bones. Um, but as you get closer and closer to them, they just seem to be sort of strewn about, kind of in a pile, almost like this is uh, the sort of feeding grounds of some kind of predatory creature. And as
Quick question.
Mhm.
Is it like red, like blood red, or is it coming up like a different, like some other kind of form of red?
It's definitely an earthen red, but not like a super it's more on the red spectrum than orange, if that makes you know what I mean.
Shit, guys, we're in the nether.
So like,
Don't place your bet down.
I'm gonna throw up detect magic
Okay.
just in case, because I don't know what the fuck it might be.
As you go ahead and detect magic, you see that the bones all across the floor of this hunting ground sort of area appear to be glowing with, I'm assuming, but I want to take a good look. It doesn't actually say, so I'm going to say this is another type of transmutation magic, distinct from the transmutation magic that you've seen before. It's not the same as the snail trail, but it is definitely a type of transmutation magic. And as you get a nice, good, close look at these magic lit up bones, you notice they're not bones exactly. You look down at them and they look like faces and arms and legs and bits of torso. And as you look at these things, it looks like a pile of shattered statues.
Oh, thank God. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, I'm writing down notes. Okay.
You see a few of them, like a very few of them are humanoids. A good deal of them seem to be, a few of them look like cave fishers. One of them looks like it might be like some type of like wolf or something like that. A few of them are creatures you can't identify, probably more of the fauna of this area. But they're all in astounding lifelike detail.
Basilisk is hitting the eject all button.
Mucklin sort of like hops off his stool and immediately pukes. Oh.
Sorry.
Should have warned you about that.
You see Galil just kind of reach down to him. Oh yeah, that happens the first time, bud.
All right.
Oh, this is where the basilisks are. Wait, was it basilisks?
You see Mucklin just sort of like wipe off his mouth. He's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
this looks like the Basilisk Maze.
Quick question. How long has it been since we fought the cave fishers?
It's like been like a good 20 minutes, maybe half an hour.
Okay, so not long.
Hasn't been that long.
Okay. So like Tyrion will walk out of the Shoxabula into the bubble and look through as best he can.
So you're in the courtyard here?
More or less, yeah. Like,
yeah,
courtyard, trying to look out the bubble more towards like where the door's at. I know it's distorted, but kind of getting what he can from looking through the bubble.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
16.
16. All right, Javi. Do you want high or low?
High.
High? Okay.
Mhm.
High is good. That is cocked.
First off, the looking through the bubble, does it look like it's lit up, or is it dark?
It's dark still, so there
Okay.
you would be using your dark vision.
Yeah.
But as you take a look outside the bubble, as you peer down the cave, you look, Tyrion, and you see a pair of glowing eyes. And I need you to roll me a thing that I will determine as soon as I stop stalling for time while I flip through my books. I need you to make me a con save.
21.
21.
21.
Tyrion, you see a pair of sort of bluey green eyes sort of glowing out at you from the darkness.
Are they?
And
What's like the rough size of them? Like, do they look big? Do they look small? Like, with the size of them? Okay, thinking would it be like the size? Because I don't know what this is. Would assume it would be like the size of a dog, cat, something bigger like a horse, or even bigger than that? Just eyes wise.
you don't see the thing itself, but based off the eyes and how far away they are, maybe something around the size of a bull, or like a small bear, like not a grizzly bear, but like a black bear.
Okay, so like a medium sized creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you see these eyes sort of glow at you, you feel this sort of spike sensation, kind of like not unsimilar to your first experience of the Tremoctabula. Feel this spike kind of hit you in the back of your head, almost like a sharp pain. And you feel your body start to like lock up. Like you feel like your knees and your arms, and you look up and you try to bring your hand up to your face just because it's moving so slow that you have to stare at it. And you feel yourself sort of tense, and you just kind of brush it off, and you just kind of flex out of it. You let out a little bit of a draconic roar as you do so. And as you look back out the bubble, you don't see the eyes anymore. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
God damn it, Luke.
I mean, he did warn us.
Yeah. He warned us, but yeah. Yeah. All right. Seeing as how that's gonna be it for tonight. we'll do our outro. So, thank you everyone who is still here for joining us for our Odd Company campaign session. Let's go around. Luke, where can people find you and what have you been up to?
Here.
Okay. Brent.
Brand?
You can find him dead, apparently.
Apparently. Well, you know,
He's
let's
dead.
give him a shout out anyway.
Okay, bye.
Hero.
My microphone did that thing again.
Ah, okay.
It did die.
You can find me at
Places. I'm
Elden
assuming?
Ring
Oh,
later.
okay.
No, you can find me at twitch.tv/Zedimus. Hopefully, sometime soon I'll start streaming again. I've been actually having a lot of people asking me, where the fuck you been?
Yeah, where have you been?
Here. Yeah, anyway, Elden Ring, again, has been taking my life.
Alright. And Mike.
You can find me as various consistencies of goop on in the world of Elden Ring, because that's what the game does to you.
Okay. And you could find me in 3 different stages of anxiety at Wolfsbane1025 here on Twitch, over on YouTube. If you missed any of our previous sessions, we do upload these there, so you can find this campaign and our other campaign on YouTube. And I will tweet out every once in a while about upcoming things on Twitter. And yeah, that's where you can find us all. Thank you everyone, and yeah, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.